here.
Yo, you got your boy CN.
This is Donville.
Trev.
And we got our special guest star here, one of my best friends from childhood. Go on.
Yo, this is Snook.
AKA Ernie Score.
Oh,
Why are you dropping the government?
I didn't know the feds were in town.
wow.
No, it's not looking for him.
Yeah.
Are you the ops?
Snook.
He goes
That's
by
it.
Snook. All right.
Oh my god.
Boy Snook is in the place. Guys, this week we have enough things we want to talk about.
Yeah, first and foremost, though, shout out Haitian Heritage Month.
Yeah. Yo, it's definitely
Sock passe.
Nabuli.
And another thing, I'd like to thank everybody that's been, streaming the first and the second episode.
Yes.
Seeing that numbers are spiking. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Appreciate the support. We would still like more questions and more topics of discussion. Though.
Yeah.
Don't be shy.
And the floor is open, guys.
Oh, yeah. Make sure you hit us up on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, OnePot Podcast, and YouTube. Of YouTube and the website also.
Yeah, just link us up or even reach out to us individually. You can find me on Instagram separately as Beyond the Clouds, just in case you want to have anything you want to discuss. You know, we want to get everybody out here. You know, let's hear your point of view. You know, but let's dive into it. We want to talk about This Is America. It's popping off hard.
This is America.
What?
This is America.
Yeah. Yo,
I remember, dude, when he the first song I ever heard from him was Heartbeat.
Yep. Same here.
Yeah.
When he came in on that one, I was good. And then I would listen to the song over and over and over.
I'm trying to remember. Was that the first one I heard? I think I heard Freaks and Geeks.
Yeah, but Trevor, you know, dog, you beyond that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you be digging them deep. I remember when, because of you, I think I listened to Drake. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't even know Drake was a rapper.
Yeah.
So far gone.
Yeah.
Before So Far Gone.
Honestly, I could say the same
Before
thing.
that.
Yeah.
But like when
I was watching Degrassi, so that's why. That was that show. Whatever.
Weird check, Jimmy.
Yeah.
I was sad that day. Oh.
For Gambino though, like Donald Glover, ever since I started listening to his music, you can always tell like every song he comes out with has an underlying message.
Yeah.
And it always means something, no matter how many times you listen to it.
Yeah.
That is like the best quality. So that like when that video came out, I watched it like 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 times now, and I'm still reinterpreting it. So,
Oh yeah.
what do you guys think about that?
Yo, the video is mad to me. It's mad because I watch movies. Movies have their own portrayal. One of the things I did like about it is if you're sitting there, you're focused on the main artist in the video, you'll miss what was most important and what was really going on in the back. And that's how society is. I mean, when you watch the news and stuff like that, the media it's like a puppet show. If you watch the media, you stay lost. If you have to go, I'm a seeker of knowledge, guys. So I go out and I go look for it. If you ain't looking for it, you ain't gonna find it. And that's what I can say the meat of what I personally got from the video. I know everybody got their own thoughts and views, but that was the main thing. And there's one thing a lot of people didn't understand of why he was doing that little move when he was firing the gunshots, because if you're an African American, right, especially in this country, going back to the part of slavery, that's how they view, especially escaped slaves. Somebody who's going to come in with a sly movement, right, or a monster in the background and give you a shot. So it's like,
That's how they portrayed us on the Jim Crow poster.
Yeah.
Jim Crow era.
Yeah.
That was the exact replication of that pose when he did that gunshot. Yep.
I'm glad you guys wrapped that up for me because that was a big question mark.
Oh yeah.
Still didn't get that.
Yeah.
I watched it a few times now and I still figure out what was going on with all that.
Yeah.
You had the people that were making the memes, like making fun of it and stuff like that. Like, I couldn't get shot by somebody making a pose like that.
Yeah, I heard about that.
He wasn't doing it for fun. It had a message behind it. Like,
Exactly.
There's messages everywhere.
Especially in that video, man.
that was like the best part about the video because it separated the people with the simplistic mindset from the people that actually saw the underlying message. Because the points of those kids that were dancing around in the video, they were a distraction.
Yep.
That's how everything works as far as like, sorry to say, but that's how the country works. Like you'll have like certain things that'll pop up in the news and everything like that that'll be extremely serious, and they'll just overlay it with some stupid stuff like, oh, Donald Trump messed up on a speech, or
somebody adopted a puppy.
Yeah.
Or like they got what's his name?
Bill Gates,
John
McCain, he's dying. Yeah.
But what about those 2 black kids that got lynched up?
Ooh.
And
Ooh.
killed? Like, why isn't that message? They
Oh.
got lynched, killed, dismembered, and thrown in. Thrown in the lake,
And no one heard about it.
Have you seen that? Has that come up in news?
No.
Or is that just
No.
social media?
I'm just first hearing about it now.
No,
Like,
yeah,
where does that happen at?
And that's the point right there.
Pull it up for you.
Yeah, yeah. Well, while he's pulling it up, guys, that's the point right there. Is that what's considered important?
Yeah.
And you will think as a community, we all want to reach out and get this information across. I mean, get these people, get them convicted. But it's like there's no strain into it. We're so more caught up in how many girls can come from the woodworks like 20, 30 years ago to pull Bill Cosby in jail, but we can't find somebody who commit murder. So what is considered more important?
Just murder. The lynch. That lynching was completely like that takes you back to what pre-Jim Crow.
Yeah.
All of that.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Yeah, the way they did that. And the crazy part about it is that's not the only time. That's the most recent one that we've heard of. But it's not limited to just that situation. And I'm talking like every year you're hearing something or seeing something, maybe twice a year or sometimes even more. So
Shoot, it's like you can't be safe nowadays. Yeah. I mean, you would think, I can say this, I come from a Christian background, and even if the worst thing is happening to you, the place you would probably run through is the church. And they've shown that the church is not even safe. They came in and he showed it in the video in church. You could be sitting there praising the Lord, and you ain't safe. And all it takes is a full automatic weapon. Matter of fact, it could be a semi-automatic weapon.
Yeah.
And you can innocent lives, people who have no threat, nothing that's going on to you. And on the real part about it is when he say this is America, that's what it feels like. Is because every year there's 2 or 3 killings, and it's like the norm now. It's like, look, somebody gonna get killed. You know, the president, and depends on who he's at the moment, is gonna come on the TV. He's gonna give a little bit of speech. He's gonna be sorry. Somebody's family is gonna get paid a couple money. You know, well, we're sorry for your loss. Hopefully, that's if the family does get any support. And then the process starts over again. My wife has a thing she talks about called cycles, and it's the cycle of America. You think these things was put, but it's been going on years, back to back, day by day. It's just that social media is just kind of putting a little small microscope on it. But when you look at stuff with a microscope, at one point it's small, but when you put other objects around it, it slowly disappears, and that's what it feels like. It's becoming the norm now. Like, oh yeah, somebody else died.
Okay. All right, so I found the article and what they referred it to as a modern day lynching. Basically, it says on the 18th of April 2018, the mutilated bodies of the 2 young African American men, Elise Ramon Smith and Jerron Keontae Marlin, were found in a pond near Moore, Oklahoma, where they had been reported missing by relatives a few days earlier. Now, from what they're saying in the article, is that the 2 gentlemen went to go sell a firearm to the other 2, brothers.
Okay.
So they got into the back of their car, and from those 2 kids' statements, they said that they heard the gun rack or whatever. So they heard him cock it, and they opened fire on him, killing him. Now, let's analyze the situation here.
Yeah.
If I'm in the back seat of your car and I already cocked my gun, there is no way you're going to catch me before I catch you.
Yeah.
It is improbable.
Oh yeah.
Like,
That means that means you already have one in the chamber. You already were prepared to do something, which is considered premeditated at that point.
Yep.
So there's a couple that goes into that stance.
Now, important thing is that this happened in April, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember when the Waffle House thing happened? Was that April also?
The guy wrestled the AR from the other guy.
Very important thing to mention, like for white supremacy and like these organizations that are about white power.
Yeah.
They tend to lean on April as a very important month, and they carry out these sacrifices in April. So y'all got to be careful in April. You know what I'm saying? Different things going on. That seems like some kind of setup where it's like some kind of like sacrifice type thing, where you know what I'm saying, like they were part of an organization maybe.
Yeah, and it's like once a month now. It's like it's to show you guys. Like, look, it's like the first. Do you know when your bills show up at the first of the first 2 days? Mm-hmm. Believe me, it's the purpose is out here. I'm showing guys. Just remember, we're here. Mm-hmm. You know, just a small reminder.
The crazy thing about it is like they sat there, they chopped up these kids, they tied some bricks or cinder blocks or whatever. It doesn't matter what the hell it is. They tied it to those kids and they threw them in the lake, and their parents knew about it.
What?
So not only were the 2 kids, you know, being held up on charges, but their mom was being held up on charges too as an accomplice.
So you see what I'm talking about as far as the organization aspect of it. And what you see a lot of times is they'll catch like one perpetrator or maybe 2, and they say, oh, it was a lone person and they had mental issues and all these things. But this sounds very organized. You know what I mean?
Like, ain't no way you're gonna sit here and be like, oh, yeah, they were going through some things, so they didn't know what to do. Because the mom was like, oh, they were in a panic or something like that. They didn't know what to do and everything like that. You don't know what to do. You killed somebody.
You just kill, you just kill somebody.
You committed murder.
That's crazy.
And then you chopped them up and threw them in a lake.
That right there,
like
the fact that they chopped them up, threw them in the lake, essentially just cancels out that whole argument of them being in a panic and not knowing what to do. Because if you're in a panic and you accidentally or you make a bad decision or whatever, if you're a good person, at least you're not going to go further on and commit more crimes. Like you were saying, this seems like some sacrifice type situation. Or not. So that I'm not buying that at all. Not even on the clearance, I'm not buying.
Wow. No, it is a sacrifice.
And then here's the worst thing. I'm sitting here next to Trev looking for that article, and I found another one I didn't even know about, and this one upsets me.
Wow.
It says on August 28th, and this is 2017. This is last year.
Yeah.
I've never heard about this. An 8-year-old biracial boy was playing with a group of teenagers in the small town of Claremont, New Hampshire. Soon, however, their games took a dangerous turn. Somehow, the boy, who was half black, wound up with a rope around his neck hanging from a tree. He was rushed to the hospital that same day. The boy's mother posted the photographs of his swollen neck on Facebook, and soon the story went viral. The boy's family alleges the hanging was a deliberate racist act that one 13-year-old boy who was white was the instigator. The older boys, they allege, left the 8-year-old boy hanging and ran away.
What? That's crazy.
The police claim they did not intentionally take the investigation seriously. Now let me tell you something. I'm talking about like my future kids, my god kids, my friends' kids, anything like that. Let me tell you, you touch anybody, boy, I'm killing you, dog. Like real talk. Like that is you left him hanging from a tree.
Yeah,
I will. So you deserve it.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, you were in clear thought when you hoisted him up there.
Yeah.
Like, and you're not gonna take it seriously.
I'm
like,
sorry,
the kid's not dead, but he could have died.
Those kids are getting yoked up by me. They're gonna have to me personally.
Bruh,
You know,
like the picture.
That's crazy.
Dog, like it's infuriating. And this is what, like, I'm upset because I'm just reading this right
This happened
now.
last year. Yeah.
Yes. Like this is the main problem. Like this stuff is not circulating. Nobody's taking it seriously.
Wow.
it will never get taken care of seriously because people act like racism is a disease. Racism is not a disease. It's not something you wake up with and get. It's taught at home, and that's where it starts. If you as a parent even see because another child is influencing your kids in that way, you have to put a stop to that. And if you don't put a stop to that and you continue letting your child play around kids that does stuff like that, which is going to influence them, you're allowing your child to become racist.
Yeah, like all of that stuff starts in the home. Like everything starts from the home.
Yeah, it's influence.
Yeah, the influence, like the people that are in direct contact with your child while they're in their development stage are how they're going to determine how they evolve.
Exactly.
So you got parents, be it one parent or two parents, teaching staff, friends, anything like that. Anybody can influence that child. So you mean to tell me a 13-year-old boy knows how to make a noose and tie it around another kid's neck? What are you teaching
And then hang them
them
from a
on?
tree.
Exactly.
And you gotta remember, kids don't have filters. So if an adult is around them in their home, talking crazy, you know what I'm saying, being reckless, like, oh well, what happens in the home stays in the home.
Yeah.
A kid's not gonna really take that, to heart. They're gonna go out there and repeat the same thing or do the same thing their parents are doing, or brother or uncle, whatever. So I mean, like you said, it's very important to lay that foundation in the home. I mean, at the end of the day, like, I hate saying at the end of the day, but racism, it stems from white people. And if white people can't take responsibility for the racism, then where are we? Because it's not going to be a black person saying, that's racist, you shouldn't do that. That's racist, you shouldn't do that. It should be white people saying, hey, that's racist, we shouldn't do that. You know what I mean?
Like, and even, like, not to say that it's it's just the white people. You have racist black people, you have racist Spanish people, you have racist Asian people. But like you said, it should be up to, the individuals to be like, hey, that's wrong. If
And
somebody was doing that to me, I would feel some type of way about it. Like, it's...
Now, as far as racism, like, I understand, yeah, there's racism, quote unquote, black people, but when it comes down to racism and actually being affected economically, socially, black people can't, like, another black person can't affect me economically or socially by being racist to me. Like, okay, whatever. But if a white person is racist to me, that means my job's at stake. That means my home is at stake. My mortgage, my kids' future's at stake. Those are real tangible things that can affect my family and the generations to follow. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. It's important, and it's just like in America, to be honest, it's just not happening.
Yeah, and it's crazy to even see that, in the sense that you will, even if you have a proper family, went to college, get a good 4-year degree, and you're a doctor or a lawyer, at the end of the day, they still look at you as a black person. It's there's no other thing. You will hope that your reputation and your dedication to what you do will mean something. It really, really doesn't. So I completely agree. I understand where Donville comes from. It's like, where's the barrier, and how do I break it? What am I supposed to do to, what is the structure behind the barrier? Give us opportunity to learn. It's like, no, it's blank. There's no algorithms. There's no setup. It's like, it's just there, and we're just not going to move it.
Now, good thing to mention, back to the This Is America music video, those kids that were dancing around him, they were all in private school outfits. They weren't in street clothes.
Yeah.
They were in private school. That means you're paying for education. And it's like, okay, look what they're doing. They're following him. Everything he's doing, they're doing. Exactly. Like, if you look at the video, like, he does the dance move. Oh, it's time to dance. Let's dance.
Yeah.
And they're, like, following everything he does. And, like, man, like, the video is so amazing to me because, like, the first time I watched it, I had no idea what it was about, nothing. I was like, oh, this Childish Gambino video just released. Let me take a look at it. And, like, I was like, wow, this is America. Like, I noticed, like, as soon as I saw it, I was like, wow, he is America to me. Like, he is portraying America.
American
society. The whole society and everything. Being able to walk up in the church, laughing, dancing, then boom, just flip on you.
Yeah, the craziest thing about it was the part of the video where you have the kids on the balcony with the phone.
Yeah.
That's
my favorite lyric, because you heard what he said. He was like, this is a celly, that's a tool. Like that's like a double entendre to me, because he's like, yo, cops, this is a cell phone, you're holding a gun, that's a tool. Cool. And then at the same time, he was like, y'all got a cell phone, that's a tool that y'all should be using. I was like, wow, like, insane.
And the other thing that kind of tossed it up for me is the second I saw those kids, the first thing that popped in my head was World Star Hip Hop.
Oh, wow.
World Star literally, like, started the movement as far as, like, people just recording.
Yeah.
Like violence or anything
everything
crazy that happened, and you'd have people that would just sideline it. People like how the kids were doing, they were sitting there entertained by it, recording it with their phone. Yeah, they weren't trying to do anything about it. It was like, oh, there's a riot.
Yeah, they weren't partaking in or anything. They're just watching.
Exactly. Like, and like, that's sad to say. That's part of what America is today too.
Yeah.
Like, you have people that will sit there and watch somebody get jumped, like back in the day, like regardless of what would happen, like you don't know anything like that. You see like 6 dudes jumping one guy or something like that. You might have that, 1 or 2 good Samaritans that would be like, "Yo, get off of me."
Yeah,
because like, oh, he's getting jumped, dog. Pull out the phone.
Exactly. I remember back in my day, man. Like kids would be fighting after school. Like an adult would drive by, stop their car, be like, "Hey, y'all done fighting? Like, what y'all gonna do next?" You know what I'm saying? Like to step in. He didn't know those kids. He had no benefit from talking to them, but that's what you do as, people that live in the society. Like, you look out for each other.
And just to touch on the individuals that think that it's cool to, just be recording it. Honestly, anybody with any kind of sense see you as cowards.
Right.
Of course.
Even when you post it on Instagram or social media, whatever social media platform it will be, you are a coward because you're standing back. If anything happens, if the cops come, you're running away.
Yep.
If the fight comes your way, you're not even a good enough camera. You're not brave enough to even be a good enough cameraman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's just that action and the decision to go that route shows the lack. I'm going to say if I'm just going to talk for the young man. It shows the lack of what's the word I'm looking for? It shows a lack of a man's influence in that person's life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It shows that. It comes out clear as day. And because men just don't allow things like that to happen. You know what I'm saying? Even if you are a grown man or whatever, it would be grown men are children as well. So you be 38, 48, doesn't matter. You standing there with a 40 and like laughing at middle school kids or high school kids, slapping each other on the ground like it's the rawest thing in the world. But you don't have the mental capacity to stop that, to step in and to show them a better way. You're a child.
Oh yeah, and it's sad, man. This past year, I've seen so many videos, especially there was like a stint of videos where these business owners be beating up on black women, and then like most of the time it's a black man behind the camera watching this happen. Like, what are you doing?
Narrating.
Like, yo, that's she might not be your girl, but like, yo, that's a black female. Like, you should be like, yo, chill out. Well, if you got a problem, go call the cops. Don't put your hands on somebody. Like, yo.
Yeah, but it's your person in general. It's like you need to think to yourself, if this was happening to you, what would you want to be done?
Or your mom, or your auntie,
or your mom, or sister.
Now, in certain situations,
here we go.
Be wilding though. Like I'm gonna say that. Like in certain situations, people are wild. So like there was one video I seen. I think I sent it to both of y'all. Well, I sent it to YouTube. The one where the black guy was ordering his food at McDonald's.
Yeah.
And the little white kid behind him is like, "Yo, my man's, hurry up! Are you done? Are you done ordering?"
Oh man!
Like, man, you take it forever. Yo, my dude turned around, picked him up, and threw him.
Oh, chill out! No,
like,
don't do it to him. Justified. Oh man!
Sometimes
you don't know what that person's going through too, man.
Sometimes you just gotta. I'm not gonna say to pick somebody up and throw them. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta knock somebody into reality.
Literally.
You can't just be. It's a grown man. You know what I'm saying? You're whoever you are. Doesn't matter if you're a child or a man. If you're a child, you shouldn't even open your voice to speak to another grown individual of that nature. Exactly. Yep. If you're another man, you can do it a different way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But if you want to start something, you want to stick out your chest. Somebody knock you to Never Land. That's on you, fam. To be honest,
sometimes you need to get that hit that tells you, you know what? I need to fix my life right quick. What am I doing?
Yeah, wait, what just happened? Okay.
but you see, what we learned from this, guys, this all stemmed from home, because we just talked about two things in that same breath. We talked about someone being a coward, right, and someone just not learning respect. Mm-hmm. It's like, for one, patience. Patience is a time. Sometimes even if somebody's acting radical, if you take the time to step back, you can be able to help that person. And where is a good Samaritan nowadays? We, as you said, we see all these
driving
people
by.
Yeah, driving by and recording.
Right, driving home.
Driving home and recording, because nowadays they'll sit here and they'll record and watch you and be like, man, look at him, he's getting it done to him. Like it's like an exotic creature, like cranking.
Yeah. Good Samaritan though. I can't call that good Samaritan though. That's a
No, but he says no. But he says a coward. But where is the good Samaritan nowadays? The person who's, instead of, you know what? If you want to be so creative as an artist to set up your camera, Set up your camera watching you saving somebody. I think that would be an excellent film. Like hold up, I'm gonna park my car this way, guys. I'm coming. Right? Yo, don't
put
finish.
the pole up. Hold on.
Don't finish beating them up yet.
Yeah.
Let me set up.
And
Take your time.
And let me go help you. Yeah, take your time, guys. Look. Just flick him with your finger. Flick him with your finger.
And that's the thing. That's not the fun part of the video. Like, cause you'll see some of these videos, somebody comes in to break the fight and it cuts off.
Yeah.
Like, oh, the video got whack at that part. You know, like,
and then you read
nobody's
the comments.
recording that.
And to this day, that like I hold that guy in high regards. I don't know his name. I don't remember much of anything about him. But there was a video where there's two young boys, probably like freshmen or like middle school kids, that were about to go at it. And the dude pulled up, stopped the car. I don't know if he pulled up, I'm sorry. But he comes into the sight of the camera or whatnot. And he's like, you two stop. He just literally just stops the whole thing. He's like, he points out the guys that's on the cameras is laughing at these guys. And they're like, yo, see these people you're supposed to be your friends? Look at them. They laughing at you. And he breaks it up. He talks to them as men, not as like children.
Yeah.
Right.
He talks to them as men or whatever. And all of a sudden, he's like, all right. He breaks it up and he gets them to shake hands. And you can see that it's difficult for them to shake hands. But because there was a male figure there, that would probably whoop their ass. Yeah. But he forced them to do that. And you can tell that all it takes is just that voice. It's just somebody from, coming out from a different perspective. Like,
I think I've seen that video. Because if I remember correctly, at the end of that conversation, that video, the guy basically has those two boys come to him for mentoring now. I've seen that video.
They got scholarships. They went to Steve Harvey. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
the
real.
guy. He was on the show too. Had him crying.
Yeah, that's what needs to happen.
That's more. We need more videos like that out there.
Exactly.
No, bro. It's funny because you see those videos, they only have like 50,000 views.
Yeah,
but Shorty shaking it. We're gonna hit that milli.
I remember when I was a kid and people used to square up and stuff like that, and there was a code to it. There's no code to it anymore. Like, it used to be like, all right, these two got a problem with each other. All right, everybody's here. You got
set a circle around them.
And neutral people. Nobody jump in. Anybody jumps in, you're getting hurt too. These two, they fight. After the fight is over, you good? Yeah, you good?
That's it.
You won? All right, you won the fight. That's it. We cool?
Yeah.
That's it. Like, keep it moving. That's how it always was. Always.
Those days are gone, man.
No code.
And going back to the Childish Gambino video, talking about death on a pale white horse followed by the police.
Oh, that was dope.
Yeah, that's what that is. That's what society is. It's like what is there? When you watch these people doing what they're doing in these videos and what's going on, and they're recording these shootings and things like that, it's just an imagery to show where we're heading
towards death.
Yeah, we're heading towards death, and you didn't think the police being represented should have been in front of death, because police is supposed to be there to stop the death, right? That's what I got from that. It's like you're supposed to be in front of it, because you're supposed to prevent someone from dying, but it's like no, it's like you're after death. It's like when you show up, it's too late. Yeah, it's too late. You're either dead,
cleaning up the mess now,
or you're gonna die. They're not even cleaning up the mess. They're killing you, and then they clean up the mess.
That's a good point too, because I had seen this thing on Facebook like I want to say about a month ago, where this girl was talking about how her dude had came home and he was in tears because he got pulled over by the police. The police basically told him to step out the car, started interrogating him, all that other type of stuff. Dude, for whatever reason, the cop ended up pointing his gun at him. Wow. And, I mean, he was an upstanding young gentleman, like clean record, stuff like that. But he literally looked his girl in the eyes while he was crying, and he told her at that moment, once he took out that gun, I felt my life was over.
Oh, gosh.
I was going to die. That's the only thing that went through my head. I was going to die. Like now you're taking a figure that was supposed to be used as safety, and now they're associated with more violence. Like you people used to feel like, not everybody, but like used to feel like safe when the police would pull up, because whatever it is, would stop happening. Like, that's how it's supposed to be. And I have friends that are law enforcement too. Like, they're good. I know a guy that's a sheriff, and I also know, one of my good friends. He's an officer in Georgia, and at the same time, like, I can see where people are coming from as far as what it is that we see in the media. But when it comes to, the ones that are actually out there trying to do the right thing too, it makes it so much harder for them.
Yeah.
Because situations will escalate past the point for the simple fact that people are on their P's and Q's when you pull up now. Because they don't know what you're about to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the situation changed.
I can say this. I think we have a question from one of our listeners that's actually based around what we're talking about. I'm sure, and if you can go ahead and pull it up for me, because I would like to read it.
But let me get back. Let's cover the Child's Game, because I got some more to add to that.
No, it is the Childish. What went on in the Childish Gambino thing does cover it as well. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to read it. But continue down, Bill.
With the video, so another thing I realized with the video was that, like, everything that's going on in the background, like, it got to a point where it's so out of focus, so you can't even see. Yeah. Like, even if you're trying to look, you can barely see what's going on because it's blurred. And it kind of relates to, like, what goes on in the media. Like, just like the thing you brought up with the lynching, like, we didn't know about that until you found it. You brought it to light. You know what I'm saying? So there's all these things going on in the background that we don't even see that's going on. It's just chaos.
But Kanye got that hat on.
Man, that's crazy. And yo, like, the main thing that I got from this video, man, is just, like, when things come in layers, it's just amazing. Like, with this video, it's like there were stages to it. So there's the whole Childish Gambino stage where you're just looking at the dancing, the entertainment aspect of it. Then you're looking beyond that. You're looking at, what's going on in the background. Then you're looking at what is he saying, the messages. And it's like, for me, it was kind of like a death of auto-tune moment for hip-hop. Because you got all these kids out here that's doing the mumble rapping, that's just putting content out that has no actual depth to it. When you got somebody like Childish Gambino that puts out something that has depth, like, beyond measure, it's like nobody's gonna go back to that trash. It's like you just bought out a filet mignon, and these kids out here having Happy Meals. Like,
yeah, well, McDonald's is cheap, bro.
That's true.
And quick.
That's what it is. It's people can't wait for you can't wait for good music. Good music takes time. Bro. So it's easier for the mumble rappers to come on and be like, look, you ain't no good music out right now. Let me feed you some chicken nuggets before mommy can cook you some real food.
But there's also the aspect that some individuals, a lot of individuals, I don't want to say a majority of the population or society, but I would, aren't capable, or not that they're not capable, just don't see it as mumble rap. Like, they're just entertainment. Like, I'll speak for myself. I can speak for myself. Or there was a time there's a point in time where I would just listen to music just for the beat. And if I catch, like, the lyrics, I'm like, oh, that was dope. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, but I mean, I'm speaking for myself. I feel like I got to the point where I was introduced to real MCs, and people would literally, the person I'm talking about would literally cut out the instrumental, and I would have to listen to the lyrics, and I'm like, oh wow,
like, that's what's being said.
But it takes that level of focus to catch that.
Yeah.
If you're a zombie, I mean, not calling anybody a zombie, but
no, there's zombies out here.
Figuratively speaking,
Literally.
speaking, if you're a zombie waking up, I don't know what time, being at work at whatever time, just working through your shift, eating the crap that they have there or around, not feeding your soul, right? Yeah. Not working out or exercising, and not feeding your physical body as well. I wouldn't be surprised if all you listen to is mumble rap, and I wouldn't be surprised if you get on the comments of this and argue for it. Mumble rap is the ish. It's the new wave.
Yeah.
It's the new wave for you. There are mumble rappers out there. We just never gave them light.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You were just that guy. All right, cool.
Like,
I don't
all right.
know you saying you something else or whatever.
Yeah.
You on that syrup, like, all right, cool. That's just not for me. This got to me. What I've noticed is it's got to the point where society has just got so dumb, so preoccupied with whatever's going on, that when these things come up, they're just like, oh yeah, this is dope, this is dope, this is dope. You're just doing that to stay in the norm, not the norm, but to stay in the now.
Yeah.
And I mean, how long did it take for Cole's album to come out? Like his new album was like
He drops one like every year, yeah. So it took a good year just creating.
and he wasn't putting out any other content.
He did a few features, but that was about it. Like 2 features.
But that's what I was saying. It's no one wants to wait for a main course. They'll go for the grid fix because it's just so it's easier to do that. Like I don't think you guys remember I think it was a year and a half ago. Young Thug had a little song out where it was just a beat, doom 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 doom, and that was it. There was nobody on the record, and you couldn't go anywhere down south, and that's all that they'll play. Yeah.
I have no idea what song you're talking about.
No, it was like one of those Afrocentric beats, though, Trev. You know,
Young Thug did that.
Yeah, Young Thug. Well, it was just a beat. There was nothing else. That was when he just came out. I'm not sure how long he's been out now, but that's really what that was.
And another thing before we switch off the topic of the social media, like y'all little kids have to watch who y'all are playing with. Because, like, what is it that one other girl, the white girl that kept coming out in the videos talking about she was black and stuff like that?
Who you talking about?
Like, I don't know her name. I don't
like
care.
little girl?
Yeah, like
the 9-year-old.
No, she not.
The one that's a little bit older. No, you're not talking about
beef with the girl from More.
Catch Me Outside one. It's not that one.
Her.
The other one. The little skinny one. Oh, the one with this. She's
talk
about Snook. Yeah.
You have to watch.
I have no idea who this is.
Like, I'm gonna send you the video later because, like, apparently, like, her and her little hoodlum friend decided to.
Who again?
Her hoodlum friends.
Like, because what they did was mad disrespectful. You have to watch who you're playing with because like they came out in the video and they were talking about F Snoop Dogg ain't this, Snoop Dogg ain't that, and like they're sitting there waving their fake guns with the laser pointers and everything like that. And people came out with their videos. They're like, bro, like, are you seriously disrespecting like my dude right now?
Yeah,
like. Y'all need to chill. Like, I'm talking about like some OGs.
Yeah, OGs.
The videos like, yo, Snoop, y'all need to chill. And Snoop basically came up in the video and he was like, you dog face, blah blah blah.
Oh man.
He's like, yo, I will utter one sentence and you will be jumped on sight.
Yeah,
like,
that definitely happened.
Nephew.
What came out after that?
Nephew.
An apology. We're sorry, Mr. Snoop Dogg.
I never meant to destroy.
I have respect for you and stuff like that. If you had respect for him, you wouldn't have said
what?
He's trying to use the crowd.
double nizzle.
Man. God bless the fact that you're young. Because there's people that will not tolerate that.
Of course.
You would be done instantly. You're like, oh yeah, we said an apology video. Next thing you know,
you can't do that to the game.
Was jumped again. Like stuff
you can't do that to the game.
No.
That's how you know there's like Snoop is another level. Right? Snoop is at another level. So he's more mature, he's older, he's good. The game will pop up on you. You know? Like he will watch a video, see who you're with, see what area you're in, and he'll just pop up in his white Ferrari and was like, I heard you're talking that junk. And you don't know what to do.
You mean the rapper in the game.
Yeah.
Remember that whole altercation he had with the kid on Xbox?
Yeah.
He was playing, I think he was playing like Call of Duty or Madden or
No, it's Madden. He's a Madden boy. Yeah, he's a Madden boy.
So the dude got reckless on the mic and he's like, yo, do you know who you're talking to? And he's like, oh, I don't care who I'm talking to. He's like, bro, like you talking to the game right now, and like I'm feeling a little disrespected.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna need you to chill. So the kid started popping off. He's like, you know what? I have enough money. Why don't you give me your address right now, and I can fly out over there, and we can take care of this. And it went silent.
Of course it did.
Like you said, you got people that will not tolerate the foolishness.
Oh yeah.
And like nowadays, like that seems to be what the social media is all about. Like trolls.
Trolling.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Trolling was not a thing in the 90s.
Hey, look at Boom Gang.
Would get you shot.
Who?
Boom Gang.
What's that?
What's that?
I don't know.
You show your age just a little bit. Know that dude on Instagram that's keep on going into restaurants and stores and either stealing and
what?
Yeah.
Wait, his Instagram is just him going to stores and stealing.
Yeah.
There was one where he got a
gosh.
haircut and then he just took off running out the store.
Oh, he got a tattoo and he just
that's
took off
dumb.
without paying. But he got fame.
Gosh. Like, you will get shot. But, like, I mean, that's
By the right person.
Like, what was that? The thing that you wanted to talk about with
Oh, the girl.
Tiara Marie?
T. Marie?
Oh man.
Tiara Marie.
Yeah. Okay. So first of all, who is Tiara Marie again?
Well, Tiara
Okay,
Marie.
here. She's an artist that came out the same time as Rihanna. Like
One
her,
thing, right?
huh?
One thing?
No, that's the other. That's
Anne
Marie.
That's
Anne Marie.
my future. Well,
My fault.
And
you see my future wife.
yeah.
Yo, I had the biggest crush on Anne Marie, yo.
I was like, don't say
Anne
it.
Marie is the business,
Yeah,
yo.
she is.
Ooh.
But Tiara Marie, she had, I forgot what's the song called. It was a Girlfriend or something. At the same time, Rihanna had Pon the Replay. But you see,
definitely
and
Pon the
I
Replay.
think they both was on Def Jam too.
Yes.
Then all of a sudden, we hear nothing from Tiara Marie. Rihanna took off. Umbrella. Then you know her story.
yeah.
We all
That's a
know her.
smash.
Yeah. So yeah, continue
Well, I
on.
mean,
with that.
Tia Marie, she musically she's been trying to recover. You know, recovery is not as good as it normally is, but she's trying to make a wave. Got herself on Love and Hip Hop, I think, L.A. I mean, making some strides.
She's one of those dating Ray J, right? She was acting crazy.
Yeah, she was.
Okay, I remember
no,
married.
No, the key. He's married to Princess now, but she was dating Ray J.
You
She
can
and
tell
Ray
I don't
J.
watch it, right?
Yeah. Princess.
Ray J's wife's name is Princess.
Well, you know, I don't know if you know Princess. She's basic. She used to be one of Floyd Mayweather's girl. The Princess got a nice body on her.
I have a good question to ask Haitians, by the way, after this. Here's a go to
No.
pause on this. My bad.
Yeah.
Because when you said princess, there's a lot of Haitian girls that go by princess. Why? I'm sorry. No shade. I just want to know why.
It's for the same reason that you have like women that'll go around and they'll refer to themselves as queens. Like,
Wait,
it just, I mean, look at it. Like,
There's titles, then there's names.
You're talking about the name.
Names?
The
Yeah.
name and
Oh,
the
right,
name
that's
is
the
Princess.
That fault
Mercedes.
doesn't belong to them. That
Wait,
fault
say it
belongs
again?
to them.
I think that's the equivalent to Mercedes in American culture.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or Lexus,
Or Lexus.
cool.
probably.
All right.
I always ask the question.
No shade, no shade, no
no
shade,
I
no
mean,
shade.
that's up to the parents. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, for real.
like I would
Yeah.
never name one of my kids after a materialistic item or anything like that, or like as far as Princess King, this, that, and third. Like, just give them a name.
I
Like,
can understand the logic behind it.
it's like you look over to your left and like, oh, what are we gonna name the baby? Pepsi. like, just come up with something on the spot.
whoa.
You can tell someone was an accident.
Like I don't.
Yeah.
That's not even a Haitian thing. That's a person thing.
Yeah.
You know. So,
But I'm like
if you were to say Gene, okay.
Oh yeah,
Then I got you.
hey, we just
Like,
opened the book now.
Plenty of
Gene is
names.
different though. It's not Gene. It's Jean.
John.
Yeah,
Yeah.
John.
It's just, like Americans can't pronounce French names, so they call it Gene. It just so happens.
Thanks for the clarification. No, that's true.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because we met Gene
Gene,
Franco.
Gene.
Shout out to him because I haven't
But
seen
yeah,
him in a long
that's the
time.
thing. Like he
But, yeah.
always said his name was Gene.
Yeah.
So like
That's what we took
If he
it.
said John, we would have went with it because you know what I'm saying. We
Yo, shout outs to Hassan.
You understand?
God.
Yo.
That's
Here we
your
go.
middle name, bro.
Yo, we're gonna shout out to all Johns and Jeans. Yeah. Just
Shout outs
keep it.
to
Dog Hassan.
I remember when we met him. He introduced his name to y'all as Mike. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know where Mike came from.
I never knew him as Mike though.
Yeah, he said, "Oh, my name is Mike." Then everyone said, "I said to him, yo, he's Haitian." He said, "Oh, so you're Haitian?" He said, "Yeah, my name is Hassan." Wait, what?
Because I remember when
Ooh, that's what the song started off.
Yeah.
Sorry to put you on blast. Like, you my dude, you know. But, like, when I first met him, like, Trevor was telling me that he was Haitian. Like, I always knew him by Hassan, and he never talked. So, Trevor was like, yeah, he's Haitian, too. I'm like, no, he's not. And I'm like, he's like, yeah, he is. I'm like, that dude, the Cuban dude standing right there is Haitian
from South
Then
Florida.
he's like, yeah, but that was back when I was like, what, like 18 years old. I ain't know no better. Like,
That's like, you better check it with me. You ain't Haitian.
And he used that with girls too.
Yes, he did.
We're putting all his business out there.
All right.
Hassan is a great dear friend of mine.
Yes, he's a good friend.
And I walked up to him, and I forgot what I said. But I said like a full slew of stuff in Creole. And he looked at me, and he started laughing. And like I was in complete shock.
He's like, yeah, I got you.
Be weird, your surroundings.
Sorry, this is off topic.
So let's get back on topic.
Sorry, Tierra Marie.
Tierra Marie, this love and hip hop girl.
Yeah, love
What's
and hip
going on
hop
with
girl.
her?
Ooh, yeah, we dove deep, guys. I thought we already went through the rabbit hole.
No.
Yeah, well, Tia Marie, as Trevor said earlier, R&B musician, came out during the time of Rihanna. Right now, she's on Love and Hip Hop LA, doing her thing, and they called her one of those tapes, guys. One of those tapes. I mean, using some of her talents, and the video is out, but one of the reasons why I'm bringing it up is because you see what this generation is gone to, in the sense that this is how people would like to stay relevant, and this is what they're showing young girls what you're going to be doing with your career or your life if you want to become famous.
So hold up, did she actually put the tape out? Like she publicized it?
No, well, she didn't publicize it, but the tape got leaked, right? And to me, I'm gonna say, to me, it felt like she leaked the tape, because I mean she addressed the tape in the sense that she was like, well, the tape is out, there's nothing we can do, there's nothing I can do about it, let's get past it. But within that being said, for me, if something like that would have came out and I was a girl, I would have been out there like, yo, I would have to make sure it got pulled from every website. Mm-hmm. If anybody's showing this, they're gonna get sued, blah 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 blah. Yeah. And I'm just saying, but she just left it there, and it's everywhere. And it got so far that 50 Cent posted it on his Instagram, and yeah.
Yo, can I just say I love 50 though?
Yeah.
I've been there for 50 for a minute.
So 50 did troll her, and Instagram kind of blocked the content, because it was a little bit. It is graphic. I mean, if anybody wants to go see the video, I don't have the link because I'm not promoting, but
you just Google.
Yeah. Hey,
I'm not gonna give it to you, but I'll tell you where to get it.
You wouldn't get it.
So what's the big thing about this? Is she come out with an album, or like what's going on?
Well, I mean, for me,
Love and hip hop, she's kind of in that zone. It's like, okay.
No, yeah, well, you need a storyline to stay relevant. Now we're gonna think about when Mimi probably did it. She kind of basically used it for 2 seasons. Mimi. I mean, you'd have to watch.
Atlanta.
Yeah, she's loving hip hop Atlanta.
Stop there.
Stop. You see what I'm saying, Trev? But she used it, and it lasts for 2 seasons. We can even go as far back as we're gonna say Kim Kardashian, Paris Hilton. Like a lot of these girls. I mean, well, Paris had money, so did Kim. But
yeah, that's different.
Yeah,
they're using it, and they're just prolonging their love and hip hop contract. Like,
yeah, that's what
the end goal.
It is end goal, but that's what they're showing girls, because when you go in their things and you look at how much followers they are, it's normally not grown people who follow these people. It's young teenagers who's looking for idols or someone to gain an idea of what it's going to take for you to succeed. And when they see that it's a whole nother conversation. And then you think about who's watching this on TV, for young ladies. So I want to make sure we put that out there. So guys, I have 2 daughters, and these are things I would love to protect them from seeing, to show them, this is not the way, because this is what social media shows.
I mean, these people, like, when you look at it, like Tierra Marie, obviously, I wouldn't say she's successful.
No, you're not.
You know what I mean? So it's like, if
you
you
more money than me.
It's okay, but it's like this. Okay, you're looking at somebody that's on TV.
Yeah.
This nigga's died over here. But you're looking at somebody that's on TV and say, okay, because they're on VH1 Love and Hip Hop, they're successful. Like, really? Come on, man.
But hey, it's a platform for them to get. Because look at Cardi.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say that. I was just gonna bring that up.
Yeah, but Cardi used it right.
Man.
Well, you can't even say, because Cardi came on as a side piece.
So all right, so let's backtrack, guys.
No,
backtrack.
she's an artist now.
Would you consider Cardi B successful
right now? Yes.
How is she successful?
Yo,
yes.
well, you can't.
I'm talking about successful in life, because when I hear Cardi B, like, I'm not getting any type of knowledge, nothing from her.
No.
It's like she's just yapping. Like, okay,
See, but here's the thing though. Like now you have to measure like what do you see as success? To be successful, do you see it as somebody that needs to own a corporation or somebody that actually has a successful career? Because as far as having a successful career, she has that.
Okay.
As far as having a fan base, she has that. As far as dropping music, she did that.
Yeah.
For where she's going, she did what she needed to do.
Yeah.
And her level of success could be just, I'm able to not strip and feed my family, get my mom out the hood. That's all she wanted.
Exactly.
so then we got kids is looking at that as that's the end goal. Like y'all see where I'm getting at? Like
I understand
we're
that.
we're looking up towards these people that honestly they don't even have they don't have it together. Like at the end, what I'm saying is that Cardi B doesn't have it together.
See, but
Well, she didn't. Okay,
Like-
that goes back to is what do you see as your success plan?
Yeah.
Like you have people that that do tattoos for a living.
Yeah.
Their value of success is having a good fan base, money coming in, their stuff is circulating, and they're
constantly working. Yeah.
Like that's their thing of success. You
Yeah.
have like people that produce beats. Their version of success. You have high tier artists that are coming. Yo, let me get a beat from you.
Yeah.
Let me jump on this. Producers like Khaled. You have like a bunch of like artists and stuff under you that are worth value. That's success for them. And then you have corporate CEO people that are like, you know what? I just went ahead and I sold this company, dumped more money into here, and I made all that money I just made back and then some. It all depends on
What you think is successful.
exactly.
Yeah, but these people aren't saying like that's successful. They're still grinding through and doing more. So obviously they're not successful within themselves.
You can say that. You
like-
can say that because
Because look. Okay,
meet those goals. You can meet your success goals
Yeah.
and whatnot. I mean, with each platform you go to, your view changes. You know what I'm saying? Your view from the first floor is completely different from going upstairs.
new
to the second
goals.
floor.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You get new goals. I'm sorry. You get new goals. Bro, the mic don't gotta be that.
Go ahead.
I'm the guy without the filters, guys. I'm sorry.
No,
But yeah,
that sounds good.
so we can't say that they're not successful because of the fact that they're setting new goals for themselves, right?
Yeah.
I feel like Cardi B is a successful individual because of all the things that you guys said. She started off doing what she was doing at the clubs. She got onto this platform with Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a side note, all of this is shout out to my girl because I wasn't following Cardi B at all. Like her life did not matter to me at all. So all of this stuff that I'm learning is like within the past few weeks. 4 or 5 arguments with her. Just saying, because to me, I was where you guys were saying is that she doesn't come as an artist. I'm looking at her as an artist.
Okay.
She doesn't come with any substance, all of these things or whatever. But if I'm going to gauge her success, I have to take in her entire
Body of work.
Her not just her entire body of work, but her history. You know, so where she came from, what she did, and all these things, and that includes her presence on Love and Hip Hop and who she was on Love and Hip Hop. You know what I'm saying? From what I understand, her personality on Love and Hip Hop was of an individual. Even though she was kind of rough around the edges, she had a very good heart.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And she was a very stand-up type individual. She came from where she came from, so she was a little bit. She wasn't. What's the word I'm looking for? She wasn't groomed for this position.
Yeah.
Right. So all these cameras are coming on her, and people are seeing her as a ratchet chick. I was one of them, but if you take a moment and just pay attention to what she's saying and who she is or whatnot, besides the music, you can see that she's growing. She has grown, and her setting further goals is just her growth, her journey.
Okay, I can respect that.
And
Go ahead, see.
no, but as Snook said, it's where she came from. I mean, your start doesn't really dictate your end goal.
True.
I want to make sure of that.
Yeah,
never really does. And she's shown that. I mean, and music is live. Music is feel. And one of the reasons why Cardi B is successful is because people can identify with her. Young ladies can identify with her. You know, when you listen to her struggling where she came from, it's something completely different. But Shout out to Cardi B, guys. Cardi B's did her thing.
True. I just don't. The only reason I went on that soapbox is I don't want like the kids like they gotta realize it's more. It's more than what's on TV that's successful. You gotta look at the people around you. There's people in this community that's putting in work that you'll never hear their names, but all you gotta do is look around and be like, "Yo, that's a mentor. That's a person that's raised in the bar."
What you're trying to point out too is what's next. You feel me?
Yeah.
I think that's more or less what you were trying to say. It's like you sat here and then you made all the music. Did that, or like let's say you made some club hoppers and stuff like that. Like, what are you doing to preserve the money that you already made?
Yeah.
Like, on top of that, like let's say like you got people like Little John and Walker and stuff like that that made the club, the hood tracks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like Little John went to Africa and built schools.
Yeah.
Akon went back to Africa, supplied them with light. Homes,
there you go.
Schools, all that other type of stuff. Like that's
and
a whole nother version of being successful as well. Like you're sitting there and you're providing for people that don't have like that, and you're using the money that you obviously got through other means to do it.
Yeah,
you're showing other people that there is hope. Now, as far as like the Cardi B thing, she always says she started off stripping. She doesn't have to anymore because that was her first outlet, and now she's on to bigger and better things. Like for her, that's success. She doesn't have to do that and degrade herself anymore to get the money that she needs to survive.
Yeah,
like she's doing something else, and she moved on from that. Now, as far as what the goal is, beyond that, that depends on whatever it is that she set. And then like the other outlet is like you have all these like SoundCloud rappers and stuff like that, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm just out to get this money." What then?
Yeah, and what money you talking about?
I'm buy a house, I'm buy a crib, buy some cars.
Shut the game
But
down. Like
we also have to take a moment to like understand where they're coming from. When you in the hood, I'm not talking about just you're not living in the suburbs. I'm talking about when you're in the gutter, like when you out there for real.
Yeah.
All you need is money because you just want some cash so you don't have to hop on the bus every day to go to some bullshit job, right?
That's real.
You just want money to put your mom in a place where it doesn't stink and the neighbors aren't throwing a party every night.
And the cops not all.
And the cops are there all the time. You just want
drugs, all that.
Yeah, you just want to be in a neighborhood where there's a park, so your little brother and your little sister or your child can go and play or whatnot. So, yeah, I mean, a lot of times I was just like, I just need this cash. I just need this cash. I just need this cash or whatnot. And I was working my butt off, putting cash, just stashing cash away. And when you get the cash, it's like, well, one, is not enough. Two, now what?
Yeah,
but you don't see that. Again, to my previous point about points of views are different from like each level. When you're at that bottom level, all you can see is I need stairs to get up, and the stairs cost money.
Yeah, it takes money to make money.
Yeah, I could read a book, but when I look up from this book, in front of me is the cop that's looking at me like, "Don't you move?
What you doing?
Don't you dare read that book."
So yeah, for all them SoundCloud rappers, do your thing, dog. But also educate yourself in the fact that like make a plan and educate yourself on what it is that you can do after you get that money.
Yeah, you gotta plan things out.
Was it basically J. Cole's song that 1980,
1985?
85?
That's a point.
Yeah.
He said a lot.
Yeah. Even with ATM, man, he talked about money, how it just it's gone.
Yeah.
Should I listened to I think the group is called Ray Shmurda.
Yeah. Ray Shimmer,
or whatever
I
they
can
want to
never
call
pronounce it. So
Ray Shimmer, yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
But I mean, what they say that sounds
flex.
good. They're millionaires and making good money, and them boys is talking about going back to school.
Yeah.
You feel me? And I thought that was good because it's like, yo, you got all the money, you bought the house, you got the car, you had fun because I mean, he did say in his interview that they party like 5 or 6 times a week, but he's like, at the end of the day, I'm going back to school now, so I'm chilling on a lot of things like that.
There you go.
And it shows that, yo, if you ain't seeking knowledge at that point, I mean, where do you go?
Your growth is that.
Yep.
You gotta look at what happens after that light bulb goes out? Like, what are you gonna do? Like, when you're sitting here, you're running through, the fame and the fortune. You're throwing these big parties and stuff like that. 18,000 people in the building. You're buying alcohol for everybody, stuff like that. Like, like you're sitting there, like, it's like the people that win the lotto. Like you're sitting there and you're flexing because you got it. But in your mind state at the time, you're not thinking about after that.
Yeah.
Like, what are you gonna do the next day?
Because it's like you're the same person. You know what I mean? Like nothing. Like honestly, nothing really changes except for a couple numbers that are in your bank account. Yeah. So when you look at the bare person, who you are, your principles, your morals, everything, that's all the same. So it's like, what's next?
That's why you have like certain people that get driven to the brink and stuff like that because they get a taste of what that high lifestyle is. And due to the fact that they made the improper decisions and stuff like that, they'll never reach that peak again. That's why, exactly. That's why like people like Jay-Z and all that, they have my respect because he went from being just a music artist to a successful businessman
and an ill drug dealer too.
Yes,
he was never just a music artist though.
Yeah, he monopolized like. He played the game right. Like that's what Monopoly was all.
Well, I mean, yes, like, he did play Monopoly. I mean, he started with something small and learned how to make it into something big. And I mean, you're right in the sense that he was a musician, but he was not just a musician. He did a lot behind the scenes. But what I did take away from Jay-Z's career is the fact that Jay-Z got Def Jam to promote his music without a contract. So he shows you that if you know the right people, know the right avenue, you can be successful and don't doubt yourself. I mean, a lot of people didn't understand. Jay-Z was somebody who basically studied the dictionary, so wordplay was a very good thing. Yep. A lot of these people listened to Lil Wayne and didn't remember that Lil Wayne went back to college and got a degree in poetry,
art school,
psychology,
in psychology, yeah. Right, so he learned how to. Yeah, he did.
Oh, I wasn't sure.
I mean,
no idea.
a lot of them. That I mean, but it's to show you that when you go and you learn how to master your craft. Nas said something about his dad. This is a couple of years ago, about 10 years. I've listened to him do an interview, and when his dad came back from the war, his dad pulled him and his brother out of school. And a lot of people looked at his dad was like, yo, you're crazy for that because you need a college education. And his dad looked at him and was like, no, you don't need a college education to be successful. Find something that you like, get good at it, stay at it, get better at it, and you'll be successful at it. Mm-hmm. You spend so many moments in school and learning this, learning that, and then you go to college and then, you go to that same motion for another 2-3 years before you even start figuring out, well, I've been in college for this period of time. I guess with all the knowledge that I've obtained, I may become, a coach or a trainer. But you wasted so much time doing that. If you sit there and focus on your craft, something that you like and then you'll make it.
That's 100.
I'm happy you brought that up because that brings it back to whatchamacallit, that one. What was it? Was it Graduation, Don, where Kanye had the excerpts were about the dude that got all the degrees and then he just ended up dying.
Oh,
and
I think
all he had was the degrees and the overwhelming student debt.
Actually, I think it was College Dropout. He did that. Well, it was like his dad. He's like, my dad left me all these degrees. Yeah,
like that. Like,
that's true.
Going back to what you're saying, like if you don't hone something that you're good at and use it to your advantage, then you're not gonna get anything out of it. Like,
yeah.
Go to school as much as you want to, but at the end of the day, the main goal is to be not only happy,
not only successful, but happy.
Yeah.
Successful, but happy.
And the thing about school is like you have to have some kind of application to it. Like you're just going to school and you're learning, but there's no application. So it's like you got these people that have been in school for 10 years, but they haven't even had a job, So it's like, how are you applying the education that you've had?
All you have is theoretical knowledge.
Exactly.
Some old dude put in a book.
And it's not going to work. And it goes the other way too. The pendulum swings the other way where all you got all this experience, but you don't know how to
Where it comes from.
strategically say, okay, this is why I'm doing it, or this is the principle behind that. You know what I mean? And like a lot of things that we're talking about today, it reminds me of this book, The Way of the Superior Man. And I was telling y'all gotta check this out. Like it's fire. And basically, like the author goes through these stages, say like, okay, this is stage 1 of thinking, where it's like, okay, you think about love, right? On stage 1, you're thinking from a carnal perspective, like, whoa, she's hot, she looks good, I want to know her. Stage 2, you're thinking, okay, I can see my future with her. Stage 3 is like, you're deep in, want to be one with her. You know what I mean? So it's like he takes these examples and he spreads them across the board to everything, like as far as relationships, as far as the way you think of things, the way you look at things. And it's like, you think about it, it's like, yo, it's true. Even when it comes to music, like stage 1 is, okay, this is entertaining, like the beat. Yeah. Stage 2 is like, okay, this is deep. And when you realize like, okay, just because I'm at stage 3 at one thing doesn't mean I can just drop back. Doesn't mean I can't drop back to stage 1. Like that's okay. But you just gotta know where you're at mentally. Like, okay, I'm thinking real carnal right now, just in my lower self. And then when you realize that you're thinking in your higher stuff at times, it's like, oh, you want to aspire to be on that wavelength more often. It's a very beautiful book. Y'all should check out The Way of the Superior Man. It's fire, yo.
Yeah, I like the fact that every week we got something new to be researching. That's very important.
Did y'all ever hear about what happened to R. Kelly this past week?
Oh gosh,
well,
what happened to him now?
Which one?
Like R. Kelly and supposedly I can't say his name.
Tension.
Sure, him. Their music got taken off Spotify.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Now, why is XX Tension?
Because of his criminal record that is out right now about him sleeping with underage girls.
Oh wow, he is?
There's something issue with it.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, they were going around saying he was like a rapist or something like that.
Oh gosh.
That he did something with an underage and all that kind of stuff. But here's the thing. Spotify is one of the starts of the streaming industry.
Yeah.
Like everyone kind of copied what Spotify did because it came from Europe, I think.
Yeah.
So that's one of the biggest. So Tidal's next. Apple Music is next. Google Play is next. So R. Kelly's gone. He's slowly fading.
He's still doing them tours. I don't know how.
Well, they canceled some of the shows.
Oh, really? Okay, good.
That his I don't know if it's his lawyers or whatever, his staff has put out. I think they're putting out they put out some sort of notice of like the intent to sue or something like that nature, because they're making Spotify made the decision off of allegations, not facts, or they don't have any.
They probably could sue
I'm
them.
trying to correct myself right now. Hold on. I'm trying to correct.
I see where you're going. So this makes sense.
Their defense is that it's allegations and there's no factual evidence.
I'm pretty sure his girlfriend right now is 19, and
we don't know that.
But he's young too. So we got
19.
He dated Aaliyah before she was.
We're talking about R. Kelly. Oh, I thought we were talking about somebody else.
That was consensual because the parents did agree for somehow.
That is still wrong.
Yeah, they got
consensual.
Hey, I don't know, man. I don't know how he calls himself the Pied Piper. Like,
so it's so crazy. Creepy when you finally realize what that means.
What that is, that is.
But
very
what was
creepy.
the Pied Piper?
He would lure kids.
No, but the Pied Piper, he uses that pipe to mesmerize.
Yeah,
that's what it is. That's what the Pied that's what the Pied Piper was. I mean, you got to know what the Pied Piper is. With the story of the Pied Piper, it was used to get rats basically. Yeah. Out of the city.
I remember that story.
No, but that's where the Pied Piper came from. That's the story of the Piper. Yeah, he used,
and the kids will follow him,
and the kids follow as well. So that's what it was. It's
trying to tell us.
It's a form of witchcraft. To be exact. But to show you, a lot of these people been talking about witchcraft in their music, and people been singing it. Or is this R. Kelly been calling himself the Pied Piper? Whitney Houston got a track where she goes, "I'm gonna put a spell on you," and no, the name of the song is not "I'm putting a spell on you," but the first like sentence of the song when she's like, as a girl, she's gonna put a spell on you, and then the song goes on, and girls around the world sings it like it's in I'm Every Woman. So you should understand how powerful that song is. I'm every woman. You know, but check the lyrics out. That in the opening track,
you're gonna make me not listen to music at all.
No, but I'm just saying.
It's been a long time since I listened to R. Kelly. So.
Speaking of that, like, you ever take a look at all the Disney movies and actually the story? No,
you mean the original stories, not Disney's spin on it.
The original stories.
Cinderella is creepy.
Yeah.
Snow White.
Yeah, Cinderella's creepy. Pocahontas actually got raped.
Yeah.
Mulan was executed after she did what she did because it was a crime. The Little Mermaid, she ended up killing herself because whatever that dude, Prince Eric or whatever his name is, ended up marrying somebody else.
Well, duh. I mean, she ain't got no legs.
That's true.
Yeah, well.
No.
Girl, my legs are wrinkled up.
That she
I got us water.
came on land so she could be with him.
Yeah, and he didn't want her, so she committed suicide.
But he married somebody else, so she killed herself after that.
Dang.
So,
the power of society is real. Ain't nobody gonna marry a fishy chick.
I think that's the quote of the day.
He brought it around. He brought it around the friends.
That's the quote of the day. You got that. That's a round of applause. I'm gonna add that in there. A round of applause.
Yes.
Ain't nobody want a fishy girl.
Oh
no.
Used it in many different ways. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
I see where you're getting at, Trev.
Yeah.
Y'all know I like to peruse my Facebook and find randoms.
In the feeds.
Trolls.
Like, so what I got from the feed today is this lady. I don't even care to know her name. That's how much. Like, she basically said that parents should ask their babies for consent when they change their diapers.
Does she have a kid?
I don't know.
Parents should ask their babies for consent.
Yeah, like they should say, "Oh, I'm gonna change your diaper now. Is that okay?"
Can I just ask, just out of curiosity, where's her people from?
In layman's terms.
Yeah, what's her ethnicity, guys?
I wasn't asking that.
What tribe?
And the list of things, she looks to be of Anglo-Saxon descent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
As far as where, I
Oh
don't
my gosh.
know, but like it's like when I'm sitting there thinking about it, it's like, oh, so I need to ask my kid permission to beat them too.
Yeah.
Like,
No, but I
I'm pretty sure this lady would not appreciate that.
I would like for you to ask my child who hasn't learned how to speak yet if you can change your diapers when they drop a chokeholds or conversation. And you be in there like goo goo do gaga gaga that goo goo. Yeah, and then hope for that translation.
It's like 10 years down the line.
This is crazy.
You know what, Mom? You violated me when I was a child.
I remember.
I wish somebody would say something.
Get out of my house.
This is Sparta.
You can say, I'm shocked and appalled.
Oh my gosh.
By it all popping off.
That's crazy. Consent.
Sense, like,
Yeah, I don't know how that works. Just change a diaper. You stink.
I don't want to smell
You're gonna get a rash.
So, and I'm gonna help you out.
Yeah, I'm helping you right now. Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Did we get some mail from a listener?
Yes, I mean I got one I'll read. There's another one I want to read, but this is the one I came up with. From Candy Lips, she asks, "What are your thoughts on motivating the younger generation to get back to making positive movements and strides in the Black community, like Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X and others and countless others?"
Marcus Garvey.
Yeah, Marcus
That's one of my
Garvey.
favorites.
Yeah.
That's that throw him in there.
I thought that was your answer. I was like, wait.
No,
but I mean, it's a very, very good question. I mean, the thoughts is different. I mean, it's no longer in the society and time frame that they grew up in where there wasn't Black empowerment. I mean, we do have Black empowerment now, but where is it? We had leaders that was making movements. I mean, we can't say Colin Kaepernick is doing his thing right now, but where are the others? And what really are the movements that is out there? And what is the end goal? I mean, when Martin Luther King was doing it, it was about he wanted equal rights. He wanted black people to have the opportunity to vote. You know, and then it's about the same thing with Malcolm X. They both just had two different ways of going to do it. But I mean, where are the black people now that's actually fighting or still fighting to stop racism? I mean,
they're there, and beyond T.I. There's some full communities that's like out there getting the knowledge out, like speaking black empowerment. I don't want to drop their names because it's kind of
drop an organization.
Well, Tariq Nasheed, y'all ever heard about the Hidden Colors?
All right, there you go. And that's
he's doing his thing.
Is that public knowledge?
Yeah,
it should be.
All right, well, I mean, we want to drop off public knowledge.
It should be. What he's doing is amazing because he's breaking down. I think he's on like volume 4 of Hidden Colors. Yeah. And he's breaking down the history of black people across the world. So it's not like you're just talking about African Americans, but he's exposing like, hey, there were black people in Asia. There's black people in Australia. There's black people that were, of royal descent in England. And he's exposing all that stuff. Oh yeah. There's black people in the royal family of England. And he's got paperwork for it too. He showed pictures and everything. Yo, check it. And then he also.
I'm just gonna give just a little knowledge on the English people.
Yeah.
The kings and queens of England, they're not England. They're German.
Yeah.
So they, if you.
Bro, you on some left.
They were all well, like at the end of the day, they were all family.
They're all family. You see Domino before. I mean, before World War II, when the Germans and all that was getting a little more crazy. That's when they started, pulling themselves off. But all those Dutches and all them stuff, all of them, it was cousins and cousins that was marrying each other. That's basically what it really was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cousins marrying each other.
Yeah. That's and then they said, "Yo, you're gonna go to France.
Yeah,
you're gonna be in Germany." Yeah, and they just
and that's how they kind of kept it. That's why
some of those
Princess Diana thing was so big.
I was actually about to look that up. I need to look more into that.
Oh yeah, but the Hidden Colors. He even did one last year where it was the hidden history of Haiti, and he talks about the revolution of Haiti, and what was his name? Denmark VC. I've got the name of the revolutionary that
you're checking their Haitian right now.
Yeah, Toussaint. I'm gotta give a response, y'all. Hold up.
Checking your Haitian.
Yeah, Toussaint Louverture essentially like started it all off.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a Marcus Garvey.
Well, Marcus Garvey actually got his inspiration from the Haitian Revolution.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a Marcus Garvey. I'm trying to break it down. And the individual that you brought up, I can't remember his name.
Denmark. Something.
I can't remember
his last name.
But he picked up where Toussaint left off.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I can say the same thing with Jamaica. We have a lot of national heroes. I mean, our heroes it's not just technically one person. I mean, one of the most influential one is actually a woman. Her name was Nanny of the Maroon. What she was taking gunshots in the buttocks, which she was known for. To help protect our people. That's to show you the power of the booty, guys. Ladies, use it. You feel me? I mean, and to even watch, there's a lot. Marcus Garvey did make a major impact. He did. And he
globally.
And we're going to use the word globally. And we can even go a little bit modern. And I'm going to say modern in the fact that later in the 19th century, as named like Bob Marley. Bob Marley did do a lot. But those are in the 80s. But, what we're really looking for now, and based on Downhill, did give us a couple, but we want some of the revolutionaries in the 2000s. Matter of fact, if we have any revolutionaries out there who have some black knowledge, they want to go ahead and share with us. Reach out. Comment. Hit us up on all of our individual platforms. Hit us up in our OnePot podcast platforms. We want to get you out here. We want to talk to you.
Yeah, they're there, man. And the thing is, like, it's like everyone's looking for a leader. It's like, there's leaders locally. Yeah. Like everything, just same thing with politics, man. Everything starts local. Like we can't just look and like, where's the savior from up high? Like that's gonna come down and teach us black knowledge. Like, no, there's people that's in the community in Melbourne, Florida, in Orlando, that know these things. And it's really just us getting together and talking to them, sharing that knowledge.
Talk to the right people.
There are community leaders that's doing their thing, man. I've been around them. I've been inspired by them, man.
And do your research first, because not every leader is capable of leading too.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Yeah, don't let somebody lead you astray. And,
yeah.
Going off of that, I have a question for you guys. Like, I want you guys to answer. What is the definition of somebody that is considered to be woke? Like,
not me. Sorry.
No, like, honestly, like, because, like, you'll have, like, certain people that'll say things like, oh, well, that person's woke, or this person's this, or this person's that. Like, what is that? What exactly does that mean?
Go ahead, Snook.
Oh, all right. For me, honestly, I just think if an individual is capable of taking everything in, analyzing it, and being able to make a decision on their own, regardless of if they agree with the masses or the news or whatever, or if they go to the other side, I feel like the power and the capability of being able to do that, articulate it, stand in it firmly, and not shaking from it or whatever, is a woke individual. You could take in if you could take in everything, the BS as well, see it as BS, like, okay, and just pass it on, or not pass it on, but like drop it to the side or whatnot. I think you're a woke person.
Yeah, I mean, I think Snook basically hit the hammer and the nail.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
there's not even a better way you can put that. But knowledge is power, guys. I mean, is for one, it's seeking knowledge is one thing, but what you do with the knowledge after you've acquired it will determine your purpose. I mean, a lot of the reason why a lot of people can't get woke is because we don't have the opportunity to get woke or
to be woken
or to be awakened. As we can say,
awakened and they don't realize
that they're awakened.
Yeah, because the masses are like, oh, you're woke if you do yoga, if you burn sage. It's like, fam, I don't need to get a hippie tattoo or whatever and pray to the eighth god of the sun to be woke. I don't need to do that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I know that's what you're saying, Snook. Because I used to consider the Buddhists actually one of the Buddhist monks, one of the people who's been really awakened, because they're just the way they live their life and the time that they spend on meditation. The way they seek knowledge, and their knowledge is an ancestral knowledge. Is why I personally look at them as being as one of the only peoples out there who's being awakened.
Now, what do you think about the people that they call Hoteps? The Hoteps are those quote unquote woke people that are on that heavy preaching stuff.
You take it too far type thing.
Yes, the take it too far people that like completely like slander.
Like, I can't watch Star Wars, but like, because it's not woke enough for me to watch it.
Like stuff like that. Like they instead of like uplifting, they're a lot of
not enough black people in Star Wars.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Like when you have like movies like what was that movie? I didn't watch it. It had what you call it, Jamie Lannister in there playing Ra.
Oh, Prince. It was Egypt. Something about Egypt.
Prince of Egypt. Yeah.
Is that Prince of Egypt?
Bruh.
I'm gonna sit down and watch it.
Please do not co-sign that movie, bruh. I mean, I wouldn't consider myself Hotep, but that movie apparently they didn't do their research because everybody in that film was white. And that ain't made no sense to be Egypt and everybody looking like they from Greece.
Exactly like that.
That's common sense.
That's something that I won't argue with. But like when it comes to other things, like stuff that really shouldn't be taken out of hand, that get taken out of hand.
Well, I mean, for me, you have to have somebody to push the line. I mean, we can use the Bible as a context difference between Peter and Paul, or Saul of Tarsus. I mean, it's sometimes you need somebody who's right at the line, and somebody needs somebody to push it. I mean, it's the thing is when an unstoppable force meets an unmovable object, it's gonna have a clash, right? But if that unstoppable force is not pushing, you're not gonna know where the clash really is. They have to break some. They can let them push and break some barriers down, and let them get stopped, right? and find out why they can't break those barriers down. So let them keep pushing, because I guarantee if they weren't pushing and talking about, wait, why aren't there too many more black people in Star Wars, we wouldn't see more black people in Star Wars.
You got a point.
You have a point.
Or they wouldn't have come out with Black Panther.
Black Panther, they wouldn't be pushing. They wouldn't pushing for.
They had to go.
I need to see that Solo movie.
Yeah,
and that's the thing about that's the thing about what you're saying about as far as pushing. Like, that's what it's all about. At the end of the day, pushing that standard to. I call it the post Wakanda thing. Like before, for real. Like if you look at like even just the culture. I mean, as far as the dancing, African dancing, it was like, okay, you're trying to be woke. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like cool. Like everybody's down with the Afrobeat movement. You know?
I mean, it gave them something to be proud of. But the negative aspect of that is like you had people that were coming out, and these are the people I would refer to as the hotels. You had the people that were coming out that were pissed off that I forgot
Killmonger?
his name. No, not Killmonger. The cop, the white guy.
Okay.
They were pissed off that he was in the movie.
Why?
Like,
Yeah.
oh, it's supposed to be an all black movie. What is he doing here? And stuff like that. Like to me,
You even read comics, yo.
Like, you're in the same leagues as the people that were pissed off when Heimdall was in Thor getting played by Idris Elba. You're no different than that. Like, technically, like if you did your research, Heimdall doesn't have a color. He's a color of the universe or something like that. Color of the universe, color of the galaxy.
Which is black.
He's transparent.
Color of the universe.
So like,
He is black.
I would think
mean,
that's
that is
black.
black.
but you had people like, oh, they didn't have like these, colored people and stuff like that in Asgard. They're white and blah blah. Technically, he's from outer space. So he can do whatever.
He's an alien.
he
He's
could
an
be
alien
purple.
race.
And you're getting angry about stuff.
Yeah, but
getting caught
Black
up.
Panther, you should be happy that it was based in Wakanda. Wakanda's a sovereign nation in Africa. But at the end of the day, the Black Panther was created by a white guy.
Yeah.
You can't get upset about certain things like that. The movie was set the way it was for the environment it was set in. Like, you feel me? Like,
Yeah.
and I like the fact that he was in the movie. Like, it switched things up a little bit because you got a different perspective from somebody that was from the outside.
Yeah, he's able to be like, whoa, what's going on here? Like, we wouldn't have got that reaction if he wasn't in the movie. Like, come on.
And we got some pretty good jokes out of it.
Oh, yeah. Colonizers.
Colonizing. Like,
Is this your king?
exactly. Like, stuff like that. Like, that's the stuff that I can't take. Like, enjoy it for what it is. Like, if it's not your cup of tea, it's not your cup of tea. But don't get mad because, there's a speck of salt in, a sea of pepper, or, a speck of pepper in a sea of salt. Or something like that. Like, if it's the way that it's supposed to be, it's the way it's supposed to be. Like none of y'all are tripping that, Stan Lee made T'Challa. Like, that's one of his children. You should be thankful that he made him black.
I'm not going to go there.
Like,
I would. Hey, that's that wordplay there.
It's not. It's like, but for the time period that Panther did come out, yes, Panther came out in like what, the 60s, 67 or something like that.
70.
I mean,
it was either 67 or 70.
the Black Panther Party was a thing too.
Yeah.
Now there's some things behind that, and I'm gonna leave that alone. But
They came out about that, and
yeah.
From what I understand or what I remember, they came out about that, and they were actually talking about changing the name, but it didn't have that power. Like,
It was
Black
left
Panther,
it.
because they wanted to disassociate with it, because everybody was, putting those two points together.
Yeah.
But they were, I don't know if it was Stan Lee, but they were saying that wasn't the case. And
You gotta remember, nothing happens by coincidence, yo. That's
like the thing I can say I appreciate about Stan is that like certain things that he does, they all have a reason as far as the types of characters that he created.
Okay.
Like take a look at Professor X and Magneto, for example. You got Professor X, how everybody refers to him as Martin Luther King and Malcolm X.
Yeah.
And stuff like you could look at it that way too, but you could also look at it as somebody that was raised to, be loving and caring and, appreciate, their fellow men and stuff like that. and somebody that actually lived through a time of oppression, because Eric was Jewish. Eric went through the Holocaust.
Yeah.
So he got to see what man was at that point in time.
At their worst.
Exactly, at their worst. So that directly influenced how he was, and the fact of the way that of how they treated mutants made it even worse. So like as far as Charles talking to him, can't really say nothing to him because this is what he grew up.
It's already set in his mind.
Yeah, you were reaching this dude when he hit a certain age. Like his parents got killed by like, you know, Germans. Like his people got killed by Germans, and now like you're going through this. You already lived through all of that. You already seen all of that, and now you come back, and because you happen to have special abilities that make you different, they want to kill you too. So in his mindset, it's like, yo, it's no different. If I have powers or not, y'all are doing the same thing.
Yep.
I'm gonna defend myself and my people. I'm not gonna see the same thing happen twice.
Again.
Yeah. So.
Just so what you're saying, like I just realized that those clash of the two characteristics or the two upbringings. Yeah. It carried over to Killmonger and
T'Challa.
Exactly.
So I was like, oh shoot, dang, he just keeps it going. All right, cool.
Yeah. It's how society is, man. It depends on your environment that you're raising, because you do see the comparison between as a Professor X and Magneto, because if you want to, Magneto can actually be viewed as Malcolm X. And Professor X can be viewed as Martin Luther King.
Well, Martin.
Yeah, I mean, because and that's the way they do it, and which is crazy is that Martin Luther King took his I can say his analogy from Gandhi, because Gandhi is what he credited for inspiring his movement is to do something peaceful, and actually Malcolm X did take his thought from Gandhi. Now, you can be peaceful, but what happens when peace don't work?
Yeah, another thing to mention too is that Martin Luther King, in his last speech, if y'all go back and listen to it, he was actually more on the Malcolm X side of things. Like, you know, with this whole equality thing, it's not gonna work out. We're gonna have to rise up and do what we gotta do for ourselves. So he was more on that thing at the end of his life.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, equality comes with its own bounds, but when we're trying to be equal, and I can say the other half is not trying to be equal, what do we do then? I mean, where does the move go? I mean, and I feel like that's where the world is right now. Like, yes, we understand you guys know that racism there. We know you guys know racism is there, and you guys ain't doing anything about it.
Yeah.
But then you want us to conform to what standard?
And that's the thing about equality. Like, it's very hard to actually push that forward. Like, the concept is great to be all equal, but I can't even equally divide the resources of my own household. Like my wife is gonna get a little bit more preference, than my dog. You know what I mean? Like, it's not practical. And I think we just keep hitting the wall on it, and we have to kind of, okay, let's adjust. And if we go back to equality, it's like, what's the bar for equality? That's like what I'm trying to ask.
But then, if that doesn't work, if equality doesn't work, where does that leave us?
Yeah, that's the question.
The thing you got to remember is that we're in a capitalist society, and in a capitalist society, you have to have a bottom, you have to have a middle, and you have to have a top.
But even within those different, I guess, percentages of the population, there's wealthy, very wealthy, affluent blacks.
Yep. Alongside
the wealthy, affluent Caucasians, or Asians, and Latinos, and whomever else. But there's even though you have that wealth, you have that knowledge, you have that affluence, you have the education, there's still a divide.
But that's the thing. Where's the black equivalent to Bill Gates in the United States of America?
Well, Bill Gates is just outlier, but complete outlier.
But he's part of our society, though. He's still part of our society.
Yeah,
like,
for sure, but he's just that much of an outlier.
Like, here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing. You look at Oprah. She's worth what? $1 billion? 1.4 billion. Okay.
No, it might be not.
If you take Oprah and put her next to someone that is a white female that is worth the same amount of money, you look at that lineage. Okay, let's compare Oprah to that one of the heirs for Walmart. I think this is a Caucasian lady. Mm-hmm. You look at what they both have to offer. Even though the numbers are the same, the Caucasian lady has lineage where she'd be like, "Yo, I own Walmart. Like, I could go buy a country if I wanted to." Yeah. Oprah doesn't have that lineage to hold on to.
That's my point.
She's a start of it now.
See, here's the thing, though. And she might not have lineage, but she has a legacy.
Oprah?
Yeah, she ain't got no kids.
She's not. To have a legacy, you have to die and pass that on to your kids. She doesn't have any kids.
She don't have no kids.
As far as how she is, what she's done, stuff like that, people, like, even after her passing, people are going to remember her.
How do you know that? How do you know that, though?
Look at Michael Jackson.
Where's Michael Jackson money now? Exactly. The money it stops for different races. It stops. But
okay, I see your point.
Exactly, and you gotta backtrack to slavery. You have to. As dirty as it might seem, you have to backtrack to slavery. But these people had tons of slaves, and mind you, slaves were popping back in the day. You think slaves were worth $100? Like, slaves were worth the price of your house. One slave, hundreds of $1,000s back then. So you take that free labor and just that commodity alone, and you transfer it down the line to your kids, your kids' kids, your kids' kids. It's a losing battle. So let me get on my soapbox again and say, what is the guideline for equality? Because we can't go back in time and be like, we weren't slaves.
Well, I mean, I think, like, if you look at a scale, the only way for both sides of the scale to be even is if both sides completely eliminate the fact that one is takes a primary over the other. They both have exactly the same, weight, exactly the same push. They're exactly the same.
So there has to be some type of reparations, you're saying?
Oh, I didn't say nothing about reparations.
No, I'm saying that there should be some type of reparations.
What I'm saying is let's see. Like, let's say you have 2 kids.
Yeah.
You have a son and you have a daughter. You don't necessarily treat one better than you treat the other. Granted, if they might have different personalities, different temperaments, different things like that, but you don't take a primary child and then you have a secondary child. Like, there's no equality.
But how can that's a great concept, but how do you carry that concept out in real life? You can't. That's the whole thing I'm saying. Like, it's impossible. It's our human nature. Yeah. There's like what is equality? Like, it doesn't make sense.
Okay, so I get what you're saying. So basically, what you're saying is, it's in our nature to be one step ahead, kind of, right?
Mm-hmm. Well,
like, as far as, like, look at history and stuff like that. Like, nobody was content where they were at as far as, like, countries and everything like that. They sailed out and they took over other people's stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I want that.
Self-preservation.
Exactly. Like, I'm going to make myself better off. Like, you living over there too? I want that. All right, cool. I'm going to go over there and take that.
So back...
Spain did it. Rome did it. Like, England did it.
Yeah.
Like, French did it.
So not cutting you off, but kind of just adding some color to what you're saying. It's like, let's be real. Let's say I have 2 dogs, right? Mm-hmm. Let's take the kids' things out because I love my kids, okay? Mm-hmm. Let's say I have two animals, right? 2 pets. And one pet is black, fully black pet, right? Mm-hmm. The other pet has like this weird greenish color to its fur. I'm like, wow, that's really weird. I don't know.
It can't be white.
Let's say the black pet is a higher value on the market. No, it's a black dog. Okay, the dog is black. It's of high value. I'm gonna take more care of the black dogs. Like, man, that black dog's worth some money. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the black dog looks in my its health and well being is in my interest. So I'm gonna take better care of that dog.
Yeah, I
so
agree.
it's like it all ties back in this weird, messy way to like, yo, everything ain't really equal.
Yeah, but how would you raise the value of something that people think that doesn't have a value?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean doesn't have value?
Because you're talking about, you have two animals, and somebody's looking at this animal, saying that, yo, this animal is gonna be worth some figures, right?
Yeah.
What would you do to the other animal that doesn't have any worth to make it worth something?
Not to say, I wouldn't say like there's no white or black. Like, yes, you're gonna take care of both animals because that's what you're gonna do, right? Mm-hmm. You're gonna do the right thing and take care of both of them. But there's gonna be more weight on the animal that you prefer.
But here's the thing, though. What C is saying is it has more weight because you gave it that value.
That's right.
Like if you have an apple and you have $1, which one is gonna feed you? The apple or the dollar? The apple's gonna the apple's.
Well,
gonna feed you.
Well, they both
The
can feed you.
dollar
They both
is
do.
a concept of money that we've become accustomed to as value.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like as far as it is, like it's still it's like, what is it, made out of thread, paper, like whatever
paper.
it is
Mm-hmm.
it's made out of. I can't eat that. If I'm sitting here and I'm hungry, I don't have a car, the freaking grocery market is like 6 miles in that direction.
Yeah.
And I have $100 bill and I have 3 apples on the table. Yeah, I have
eat
$100.
that apple.
But I can't eat
This is
that.
a
I'm still
bad
6.
example.
No, I'm sure.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
But he's still 6 miles away.
Walk 6 miles.
The money.
That's 12 miles.
No,
No,
listen.
because 6 going 6 back. That's 12.
Yeah, that's 12.
Uber.
That is-
Well,
Walk 6 and Uber back.
What it is that the money has value because we gave it value.
Yeah.
Like just like back then, like when people were like, traveling the world and stuff like that, the most valuable thing to them was like crops, stuff they needed for survival.
Yeah.
True.
That's
Should've
what
came.
was valuable to them. Like when the white settlers came over and they were trying to trade with the natives and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh yeah, we want that shiny stuff right there.
The gold.
It's like that.
They're like, oh, that?
It's like that.
You can have it.
We
It's
don't need
anything
that.
else.
Like it looks nice, but yo, I gotta feed my kids and we gotta eat tomorrow. So like, what are you trying to do?
You got that corn?
You got corn? What you got? Blankets? Oh, yo, it does get cold. Yo,
We don't want
let's
those
get
blankets.
that. Like they put value in stuff that push them forward.
Yeah.
They put value in stuff that push them to the next day.
Yeah, but at the same time, the crops to the Indians were in abundance. So
Yeah.
it's not
because
equal.
they put value on it.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say this: the difference is you bought something that you can buy once and keep. When what they traded you for is something that you will always need. Like you buy one sheet, you can always wash it. When you buy a corn and it spoils, you need to buy more corn.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's what that trade differs. You made a trade with something that basically had no value, and you gave it value for something that did have value. So actually it comes down to who did your negotiation. So whoever Indian that they sent to go negotiate with with the white people.
Messed up.
Yeah, you messed up, bro.
Running hawk, you messed
Yeah.
up.
You brought some
But, like,
smallpox blankets back. Yeah.
Going back to what I was saying before, is like, let's say you have your Labrador and you have your Golden Retriever.
Yeah.
Like, let's say your Labrador was worth way more money, like purebred, everything like that, but the dog was like, you have that, and you have your Golden Retriever that's worth less and stuff like that, but the dog it's kind.
It's
Like,
everything you
nice,
need a
it's
dog to
sweet.
be.
Exactly. Like at
Yeah.
that point in time, which one of them is more valuable to you? Is it the dog that has an even temperament that you can let around your children, or the one that you have to lock outside because it's too vicious? But
So you're saying that you can't be equal with both dogs, because one dog cares for you emotionally. You said that one particular dog is nice to you, you love it, you care for it.
yeah, but
And the other dog-
in terms of value,
Yeah.
like you were saying before, it's worth less. Like it has emotional qualities.
That's the thing. Value,
Capital.
it's all in your mind. Like
Yeah, it's-
I can value. Yeah, we're on the same thing. I can value something and be like, yo, this is the world to me, and some else are like, no, that's not the world to me.
Well,
But it's not going to be equal.
It's how you put value in something, because I can let you know, yo, this is a purebred right there. Look at it, nice, beautiful coat. But this one right here will grab and go fetch you your paper. He will never bite you. So you have to put value in something that doesn't have value.
Yeah.
You know, one thing already has a selling feature, right? Because as we're gonna say white people loves white people, right? Mm-hmm. They already know that their white person is a white. But if they hear that yo John over there or Marquise, we sweep the floor. He'll make sure all this is taken out.
Yeah,
he can.
Marquise gotta sweep the floor.
I'm just saying. Yo, what's not?
That'd be a little tight for a second.
No, but you see, that was a point. I just put value in something that you thought had no value, and so you start thinking, hold up, you're trying to tell me Barry, the white guy over here, won't sweep the floor? Well, I mean, I don't know.
We have a great conversation.
Yeah, that's a good conversation, but we know Marquise going to get it done.
Yeah.
And you start looking at me like, hold up, Barry, I'm liking you, but Marquise look like he's going to get it done more than you do.
More ROI.
Yeah, you feel what I'm saying?
So like let's throw it back to another example. Like we just
hold on. Because I'm sorry to cut you off, but I think it was very important what I think you're saying about the question you asked earlier about, okay, if something doesn't have value or whatever, what do we do with that? Is that correct? That's what you asked when we were talking about the value. I think when it comes to that, it is, I'm not going to say it's your responsibility, but you have the opportunity, you have the ability to invest in that lesser valued dog and build it up so it actually becomes more valuable. Then you have two valuable dogs working in your
favor.
So
yeah,
put that dog in training. Like, it ain't that expensive.
Well, not to cut you off, Dennis. Well, that's what society is, right? I mean, we go back to the racist conversation from earlier. Oh, yeah. It's
time the racist conversation all the time.
It was in code.
No, it was in code. It was in code. We was in code.
I hope our listeners understand.
Yeah,
that was all code.
Yeah, it's hidden figures. But it's how we're viewing people in general. Yeah. That's basically that's what it comes down to. It's if you know how they keep telling you to put on the paper if you're black, Hispanic, and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, I put other. For real. Other. But that is something that I think should come off.
It definitely should.
Your application, because it shouldn't matter what color you are.
Mm-hmm. It shouldn't, right?
It shouldn't, because I keep it real. I've seen some Asian people do some stuff at work. And I'd be like, golly, boy, you good, And then I seen some white people do some things that is amazing, and then I see some black people that does some stuff amazing. So you realize that we all got something to contribute towards this body. I mean, we can go to religion, talk about the body of the Christ. Who's going to be the head, the fingers, the toes. Somebody got to be the butt too, dog. But it's how you're going to get utilized.
Such an example, yeah.
No, but I really wanted that example because something has to get done. Like I have a manager at work. Well, she's no longer my manager, but you know what I mean. I just want to throw it out there.
Just as a precursor.
Yeah, she's no longer my manager.
We're not saying where you work right now.
Yeah, no. And people think she's tough, but because she's a tough manager, is what makes her a good manager. Because like for me, it's like if you can survive her, you should be good at any department, bro. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Okay. You survive that manager, yo, bring you over here. You know what to do because you know how to get this work done. Mm-hmm. Based on what she came with, but that was just the idea. Somebody has to be that.
Yeah.
Without no choice. So we all need everybody to play their part, and it's all equally because just as well as the mouth works, is the lower part of your body or your feet just as important.
So
everybody has something to contribute.
Yeah.
This is completely off topic, but we've been on this one topic for like a good hour. Yeah. So that's a good topic. It is, and we could go even longer.
I still got some stuff to add to it.
Yeah, like I had another comparison I want to throw.
You might switch topics, then.
No, hold on, let me get this last.
No, go ahead, fine, finish it. Go ahead.
So, like, let's say you got a PlayStation 4, right?
Boom.
You got a PlayStation.
Got one of those.
4.
I thought you were gonna go Jordans or something.
How much is a PlayStation 4 worth to you? Like, let's say the Pro. How much is the Pro worth? Like,
To me, or is it actual price?
Well, I mean, for me, it's different because if you don't have a 4K TV, and you can utilize the capability. No, it does matter.
It does matter.
No, I'm saying it doesn't matter if you have. So if you have 4K TV, if you don't, then it doesn't matter. Prices.
Yeah,
I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah, okay.
Let's say you got the PlayStation Pro, and it comes with the 4K TV, all that.
Right.
It's all good. All right, so you got that on one side.
Yeah.
All right, on one side you got Jeff. On the other side you got Jebediah.
Yeah, Jeff and Jebediah.
Jebediah's Amish.
Yeah.
His name.
Yeah, shout out to all my honest peoples out there.
Yeah.
So,
Jebediah.
So you got Jeff and Jebediah. Now you have the PS4 with 4K TV, and then you have wheat seeds, corn seeds, carrot seeds, stuff like that. All that, for a sustainable lifestyle.
Yeah.
And you have the two people walk up, and they can pick whichever one that they want. So, as far as like the value between the two, how do you think they'll take it?
Well, I mean, their values. I like equal value, guys. Just so I can be frank, but their values in two different ways. I mean, one is a morning activity and one is a night activity. That's I'm just saying.
Are we talking about the same thing?
No, I am talking about the same things, though. Yo,
PS4 and some seeds, right?
No, all right, no, I got you because in the morning time when you wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning and you want to go out and plant your crops and eat some food, you got your seeds, right? And nighttime when you can't plant no seeds, my PlayStation 4 is gonna come in handy. It's entertainable. I got my 4K TV. You feel me? And I'm gonna be able to take care of Shorty. But that's the reason why I made sure I said it in the beginning before I made that statement that you feel what I'm saying, that I like stuff of equal value. Because yes, they're both valuable in their sense, but is what are you using the value for? I would have if we attack, but apples and onions, that's two different things because you can eat both of those. But what is more valuable? I mean, I would prefer apple because I can get juice from the apple plus the vitamins and stuff. I don't think I get all that vitamins from the onion. But you understand my comparison? Why the reason why I said the word equal value, because you use them for two different things. It depends on what you use them for. But that's just my point.
What? I'm confused.
No, like
how's a video game and some seeds the same?
All right, Downville. Because in the daytime, right, we're gonna utilize your daytime. Yeah, no, that's fine.
Go ahead.
No, but in the daytime, you're gonna be planting crops and getting stuff to eat. That's where the seeds come in. So that part of the day, because they're not equal value, they're using two different things. At nighttime, you can't do nothing with your seeds. You ain't planting at nighttime. I mean, actually, the best time for your crops to be watered is at nighttime. That's the only thing you probably would do with your crops. You water it for about an hour. There's 24 hours in a day. It takes you about like 4 or 5 hours of the day, plus including watering it to maintain that crop. So what you do with the rest of the hours that's there? That's when your PlayStation and stuff would come in handy.
But those plants they're gonna turn into vegetables that you cook for dinner and entertain people with in the evening time, right?
Yeah, I mean it goes both.
So but like
it depends on what you.
And then you're gonna have to sleep. Like you gotta get some sleep in there too.
I feel like what we're neglecting in this case is the fact that like it completely depends on the individual and what,
there you go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're not the same.
What their household needs at the time. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? If I have a garden full of, I'm going for the PlayStation. And anybody that neglects taking a look at what my household is at that point in time when I made that decision is gonna look at me like I'm retarded because I just took a PlayStation over food.
But you already have food. Yeah, food in abundance.
Yeah.
But now we getting deep though, because there's some people that will go for the PlayStation and don't have food at their crib
because they're retarded. We've already established that.
You look at it this way though, like it still matters to how much value you put into certain things. Because look at the value of the PlayStation and TV. Like that whole bundle together is probably like what, $1,600 easy.
Yeah.
And then you have the seeds. The seeds probably don't amount to $20.
Yep.
But that whole mass of seeds could feed your whole family for the entire winter.
Yeah.
You feel me? It's all about what you
for real. And then you can't grow nothing in winter. You're gonna be locked in your house anyway. What you gonna be doing in the winter when you're locked in your house?
Staring at each other.
You playing PlayStation.
Staring at each other.
I'm sorry. This makes no sense, guys.
No, the thing is about both of them that I wanted to bring up is you're getting both of them for free. You're not paying for them. Like, you get to pick which one you want. They both start off with the same value. Nothing. You're getting it for free. But it's about what you choose to be valuable and what is not. Like, you have Jeff. Jeff probably got, like, you know, electricity running through his house and stuff like that. He probably got food in the fridge. If not, he can go to Publix or whatever. I'm going to take that. I can entertain myself with it. Like Sienna was saying. And then you have Jebediah. Jebediah has no need for that stuff. Like, Amish people don't really mess with electricity or anything like that. It's of no value to him. Like, he doesn't need it. The same way, exactly, it's a box. So you're going to use it to hold up a table? Like, it's shiny, like, it's, or something like that, but it has no value to him. The crops do. He can feed his family with that. So it's about what you see as valuable. And everything like that. But, like, as far as how they both started off on equal terms.
Okay.
Yeah, but there's no wrong and right towards Danville. Yeah, because as Dennis said, it depends on what part of the earth you're living in at the time. Because if I'm in Africa and I ain't got electricity, the PlayStation ain't got no value, bro.
Exactly. If I live in downtown Orlando, what am I gonna do with these seeds?
Yeah, what am I do with these seeds? Yeah, you know. So it depends on your situation. But I do understand Dennis' comparison. I mean, it just depends on who the comparison is going for. You know, because then again, what good is seed if you ain't got no land?
Good point. Oh yeah.
Good point.
We be digging.
What good is PlayStation?
We ain't got no lecture. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So it goes in so many different ways. But I mean, I do gain the comparison. It goes what it is, because I mean, when you go back to slavery, white people needed white people and white people needed black people. They needed white people. They need to find their white people where they could pay to help load slaves on the ship, and they needed black people to help them get their crops. You know, just one person was getting paid than the other, but it depends on what your value was.
They were still paying some of the black people, the ones that were out catching the slaves in
Yeah.
Africa, navigating through, that terrain to catch slaves. So
Yeah, and then it's like, what do you ask them? Is that what value is to them? What value? What do you value? Because it's obviously if you're selling black people, you don't value people.
It gets deep, y'all. It gets real deep.
Yeah,
it's very deep.
Okay, stop.
Digging a hole.
Stop. Listen, before we turn this off, because now we're at 2 hours. So before we turn this off, I'm talking sports a little bit, because NBA is starting. Well, the conference finals starts tomorrow. Who y'all got?
what do you think he got?
I know what he got.
I haven't been keeping up. Who's left?
Who's left? Golden State, Houston versus and on the other side, Cleveland versus Boston. Yeah.
Well, I mean, for me, I'm definitely going with the Golden State.
East Coast.
East Coast.
So that starts tomorrow.
Well, I mean, it's a toss-up. I'm not as crazy as it sounds, guys. I'm not a fan of both. You know.
I don't think.
Yeah. So I mean, but if I had to walk away with something, I want a rematch. I'll keep it real. Yeah, keep it entertaining. You know.
If it was a rematch, let it be the last rematch. Like
I don't want to see a rematch. I want to see Houston and Cleveland.
That's still I mean, okay, I understand you.
No, because he wants to see Kyrie versus LeBron.
Ain't no Kyrie.
No, I want to see Houston and Cleveland.
Yeah,
go head to head.
Kyrie's on Houston.
No, Kyrie's on Boston. And Kyrie's injured.
Yeah.
Kyrie ain't coming back till next year.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that's it. Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh well, but I still want Golden State. I mean, the players that I like.
I'm kind of voting for Golden State too. But the thing is, with the East, LeBron, first series, barely made it out.
Yeah.
Second series, you swept. Yeah. Like badly swept.
Oh yeah.
Like but the matchup was different.
Embarrassingly swept. This series, I don't know how Boston really plays because Kyrie's out, and it seems like they're very good too. But Toronto.
You can hear me.
Yeah, I hear you.
Try to whisper on the podcast.
There's a headphones on.
yeah.
But yeah, they swept Toronto, which
Okay.
which that's another subject which we could talk about next week. But yeah, after this, can we just consider LeBron greatest of this time? I'm not saying all time.
No, well,
I'm not starting that war.
Well, I'll say this: LeBron is the greatest small forward that's played in the league.
Yeah.
And that's where I would like to leave at. But LeBron, regardless if he wins a championship or not, he's still the best small forward. He won't not say he and Jordan can't be the best because of rings. Because Oscar Robinson, if it's Oscar, I'm trying to make sure I say the right person. Bill Russell, sorry. I want to say it correctly. Bill Russell has 11 rings. Mm-hmm. So he's almost doubled Michael Jordan when it comes to rings. So rings don't make you the best. And I will hope that he will get credited for his accomplishments. Oh yeah. But of this time,
you have a sucky team, and you still made it to the conference final.
Well, his team is not that bad. I mean,
at least on paper.
And that's what it is. Because when you look like Trev, what small forward is playing good defense against LeBron James right now?
What's that dude name from San Antonio? But he's injured too.
Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah. Injured.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they're not in the playoffs. So right now, there's nobody to stop. And even though Kawhi Leonard plays, Lance Stevenson, if I say his name correctly.
Yeah, and he played good. He
played good defense on LeBron James. But that's just it. If LeBron goes into a matchup where there's no one who can play defense on him, LeBron is gone. I could say this. I think it's easier for LeBron than it was for Jordan, based on the hand checks and you get away with the flopping. So in this generation, LeBron and you can walk.
Yeah.
But in this generation, LeBron is the best. Is the best at his position because I mean look at the point guard. The point guard thing is even different because Steph Curry is battling. I would say Kyrie Irving and then a couple of other point guards. Paul. And who's the best shooting guards we could talk about?
DeRozan?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
But I can't think of anyone.
So would you consider Kevin Durant like
Durant's a small?
He's a small forward, just like LeBron.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's where the battle is. It's like so if Durant wins this ring and then stays in Golden State and win another 2 ring, where does that put him against LeBron?
That's a good question.
Right?
I have no idea.
Remember Durant was the MVP last year.
Yeah.
So it I mean
2
goes.
years ago.
All right, let me ask you who won the MVP title when Jordan was playing?
I wasn't watching basketball.
I don't remember.
But Jordan was very consistent MVP. So but I mean LeBron hasn't been.
But the league is different now because now they're saying we try to make everyone equal on that kind of championship level. Because on real, why isn't LeBron winning it every year compared to Westbrook won it last year. Mm-hmm. Year before it was Durant. It was not Durant. It's Curry.
It's Curry. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Curry won 12. Curry was the only one that won it. Not consecutive. What is it? Won it unanimously.
Yeah.
First one to win it.
Yeah, without no debate. Like it was like we have to give it to him.
So we gotta give him his credit too on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're giving it to other people for other reasons. Even though they're saying it's supposed to be the best player of that season. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, as of right now, based on LeBron's team that he's playing, LeBron is the best small forward out here. Durant is a very good small forward, but based on what LeBron can carry a team. I don't think Durant can carry a team by himself.
Yeah, leadership definitely is there with LeBron.
Yeah.
All right, that was my sports break. Brought to you by I'm hungry now. So,
wow.
Yeah, we gotta wrap it up.
Well, guys, before we go, we wanna give some shout out for Mother's Day. Mother's Day this Sunday,
Yes.
Married.
Shout out to Miss Murdella Colleen Walters Long. Love you. Shout out to all our moms here.
Yeah.
I'm just calling my mom out.
That's fine. Yo, shout out to Chen. Lodge. I mean, my bad, Snook. I'm gonna give you your moment. I'm shouting out to Mrs. Newell, mother-in-law, mother to my wife. I'm gonna shout out to my wife, Chanel Walker, aka guys, follow her. She's doing her thing. Check her out on Snapchat. She on Instagram, Candy Lips SS. You feel me? But happy Mother's Day. Let me send it on to somebody else.
Shouts out to my mom. My mom, Carmen Tomlinson. My wife, my mother-in-law, Mylene. Shouts out to all of them, man.
Yeah.
Shout outs to my mom. For my stepmom basically, but she's my mom.
That's your mom.
Raised me ever since I was.
That's your mom, boy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you know while we're doing this podcast, you don't ever call her to step again. We're gonna give you the credit.
But I will clarify that. She did not give birth to me.
That's
She
right.
raised me. Shout outs to her because she's been taking care of me ever since I was 6 and stuff like that, and she treated me as I was her own child. I am her oldest child, but to me that is my mother. So as far as that, shout outs to Snook's mom, Cian's mom, Trev, your mom, anybody that accepted me as their own child. Shout outs to them too. I'm still mad at you.
My mom wants to meet you. Just let you know.
My mom's mad at you. At least your mom.
Let's just let it go. Yo.
We're starting beef now?
Mom beef.
This is not what this is about.
Ooh. It's Mother's Day.
Mother's Day, Happy Mother's Day, Mommy.
Happy Mother's Day.
For you. It's on the way.
It's on the way.
This is a hater, though.
Yeah, right? God.
Happy
Put the
Mother's Day
business
to all
on.
the moms.
Yeah, can I ask if the surprise come through Amazon?
Mine
Hey,
is
hey.
my mom's gifts coming through Amazon.
Mine is too.
Coming tomorrow.
Yeah, my
Amazon don't let me down.
Yeah, mine's is coming from a store near me.
Yeah. Right.
First hand from me.
Yeah.
So
But it's coming from a store though.
Yeah.
Mine's coming from Publix.
Hey.
I gotta get stuff for the kids too. Oh gosh.
Hey.
why you gotta get? Oh yeah.
You guys got yeah.
Hey, sign this.
This is for you.
It's a job. Just scribble.
Give it to your mother.
Mommy, you know what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to the single mothers too.
Yeah, I want to.
Sorry.
So who's gonna leave us in the pot of this?
Hold on. Joanne's mom, that lady's a blessing.
Yeah.
She knows it.
Yes, she
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. yeah. Yo, I felt.
I'm turning
I
away.
felt that reach, bro.
I'm turning
You
away.
reach all the way over here.
I'm about to say.
Oh, my bad.
I was like, yo, how the lights went out?
Yeah. Yo, for real. Yo, the Holy Spirit came through and was like,
Savior, his soul.
Say, yeah.
Mom, thank you, Vivian.
You gotta lead us out, bro.
I gotta leave you out.
And also-
Joanne for
Yeah.
doing what she does with Eli. I know you still kind of feel weird about it, but you're already there. It don't
Hey,
matter.
yeah.
Yo, Snook, I mean, as our guest today, you want to leave us with a positive note?
Oh, that's a lot of pressure, guys.
No pressure.
How do we be positive?
Yeah.
Oh, look who's talking.
I know, right?
Hey, bro. I'm just real.
I don't know. I'm not good at this. See, you take it. You good at that.
I mean, positive note, guys. Look, guys, before you cook your food, just make sure you season it.
Salt, time,
Let
pepper.
me add that. Let me add to that.
Yeah.
Wash it.
Wash
too.
it too.
Wash it.
Wash and season your
Vinegar.
food.
Yeah,
Lemon.
That was for you, Karen.
Hey, we putting them on.
Yeah, bro.
Oh my God. Who's Karen?
No paprika?
You know that's
Whoever
in there.
T'Challa got that potato salad from.
T'Challa.
Oh my God.
Yo, well, guys, to reiterate, I mean, positive note of this week for ladies and not just ladies, people in general. Before you cook your food and your chicken, make sure you wash it and season it. It will taste better. Enjoy, guys. Guys, again, thank you for tuning in. One
Add
Pot
a round of
Podcast.
applause to that. By the
Weed
way,
is
Go
not a
ahead.
drug.
Yeah, yo.
Oh, it's just. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm not going there. I
Yeah,
can't go
One
there.
yo, guys,
Podcast.
One Pot
I can't go there.
Podcast, guys. Yeah, we talk about this next week, guys. Yo,
Oh,
enjoy.
yeah, I want that as a topic.
Yeah, we want it as a
Oh,
topic,
yeah.
especially based on how the society is going on. Guys, remember, every week we do want to get one comment that we do read. We're going to try to up that number because we want to get everybody do have a voice. Thank you again for tuning in. Yo, as I leave you, this is CN.
Yo, it's Donville. Hit me up. Actually, don't hit me up. Hit One Pot Podcast up on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter.
Exactly.
This is Dennis, Lord_Shinobi on Instagram.
Trev, that's all you're going to get.
And
So,
guys,
all
we
right.
out.
Hold on, bro.
Yeah. Say your shout outs. Say your shout outs.
Cut me out.
Yeah.
Where is he?
Signing out. This is Snook. Follow me at Snook954. It's a big pre.
Broward in the house.
Broward in the.
3 of us is in here.
Tux.
Yeah.
It's the right.
I'm the only
It's
deep
right,
sider
yeah.
though, so I'm the only deep sider in here. Y'all shallow side.
Yeah.
Y'all Core Springs. Y'all Core Springs. I am not Core
I don't know what
Springs.
y'all talking about.
I am not Core Springs. Don't
That's
start
from
this
that
war
dirty.
right now.
All right, guys. Again,
Joe, we
we out. Thank you for tuning in. See you guys next week. Episode 3 is completely a wrap.
And long.